Life is a relentless teacher. It throws curveballs when you least expect them and tests your patience when you're already running on empty. Yet, in the chaos of everyday existence, there lies a hidden opportunity, a chance to rise above, to cultivate calm amidst the storm, and to find unwavering clarity. Many of us spend years searching for answers: how to feel less stressed, how to be less reactive, how to overcome setbacks without breaking apart. The answer, though, isn't found in flashy solutions or fleeting trends. It's rooted in a timeless philosophy, one that quietly offers you the tools to navigate life with resilience, courage, and grace. This philosophy isn't about denying emotions or pretending life is perfect. It's about understanding yourself deeply, learning what truly matters, and releasing what doesn't. It's about stepping into your own power, not the loud, boastful kind, but the quiet, grounded strength that no external force can shake. Let's begin this journey with a story. It's early Monday morning. The alarm buzzes for the third time, and Sarah reluctantly drags herself out of bed. She's been feeling the weight of everything lately: work deadlines piling up, strained relationships with loved ones, and a nagging sense that life is slipping through her fingers. It's not that she isn't trying. She's juggling everything the best she can, but the pressure keeps mounting. That morning, Sarah's coffee spills as she rushes to the car. Her emails are already flooding in before she's reached the office. On her way, a driver cuts her off, making her brake sharply. By the time she arrives, she's frustrated, frazzled, and drained. As the day unfolds, the weight of every little annoyance piles higher: her boss's terse feedback, her co-worker's unhelpful comment, and a reminder of unpaid bills sitting on her desk. By lunchtime, she feels ready to scream or cry, or maybe both. As Sarah scrolls through her phone during her break, she stumbles upon an article discussing an ancient philosophy that teaches you how to master your mind. She almost skips past it, assuming it's just another self-help pitch. But something about the message catches her eye. You don't control what happens to you. You only control how you respond to it. That sentence hits her like a spark in the darkness. She rereads it. Then again, a strange sense of relief washes over her. It's not that her problems have disappeared. They're still very real. But for the first time in weeks, she feels a glimmer of hope. Maybe, just maybe, she doesn't have to carry the entire world on her shoulders. Maybe there's another way to navigate the chaos. Over the next few days, Sarah starts exploring this idea. She learns about the practice of reflecting on her day, not with guilt or self-criticism, but with curiosity. She discovers the power of asking herself, "What was in my control today?" She begins to recognize how much energy she's been wasting on things she can't change: other people's opinions, minor inconveniences, and even her own spiraling thoughts. For the first time in months, Sarah starts taking small steps to reclaim her inner peace. She practices pausing before reacting to difficult situations. When a colleague makes an irritating remark, instead of snapping back, she silently asks herself, "Is this worth my energy?" Often the answer is no. One evening she sits down with a journal and writes out her frustrations, ending each entry by listing what she's grateful for. It's awkward at first, but over time she notices how her perspective shifts. She begins to see the good in her life, the support of a close friend, the joy of a quiet evening with her favorite book, even the lessons hidden in her challenges. She also experiments with the idea of voluntary discomfort. Instead of avoiding every little hardship, she leans into small challenges. She starts walking to work one day a week, even when it's cold. She skips her daily dessert, not because she has to, but because she wants to remind herself that she's stronger than her cravings. These tiny acts build her resilience brick by brick. As weeks pass, Sarah doesn't become a different person overnight. She still has bad days. She still gets frustrated, overwhelmed, and tired. But something inside her has shifted. She no longer feels like life's victim. She feels like its student, learning to respond with wisdom instead of emotion. Sarah's journey isn't extraordinary. It's not the tale of a hero slaying dragons or climbing mountains. It's the story of someone just like you, someone who decided to stop being consumed by the chaos and instead learn how to navigate it. What makes her story powerful isn't the grandness of her actions, but the simplicity of her shift in mindset. Life will always present challenges. People will be rude. Plans will fall apart. Unexpected storms will arise. The secret isn't in avoiding these difficulties, but in learning how to face them with grace. By cultivating a sense of inner clarity, you can walk through life's toughest moments without being consumed by them. When you master your thoughts, you master your life. As you read this, think about where you're standing in your own story. Are you feeling stuck, weighed down by things you can't control? Do you long for a deeper sense of peace and purpose? You're not alone, and you don't need to wait for life to feel perfect to begin this journey. The philosophy we're exploring here isn't about fixing everything overnight. It's about small, consistent steps, practices that strengthen your mind, sharpen your focus, and cultivate a deeper sense of calm. Each moment is an opportunity to grow, to realign with your values, and to take back the reins of your life. This isn't a distant ideal. It's something you can start today. So, take a breath, let go of what's weighing you down, and let's walk this path together. Life is a relentless teacher. It throws curveballs when you least expect them and tests your patience when you're already running on empty. Yet, in the chaos of everyday existence, there lies a hidden opportunity, a chance to rise above, to cultivate calm amidst the storm, and to find unwavering clarity. Many of us spend years searching for answers: how to feel less stressed, how to be less reactive, how to overcome setbacks without breaking apart. The answer, though, isn't found in flashy solutions or fleeting trends. It's rooted in a timeless philosophy, one that quietly offers you the tools to navigate life with resilience, courage, and grace. This philosophy isn't about denying emotions or pretending life is perfect. It's about understanding yourself deeply, learning what truly matters, and releasing what doesn't. It's about stepping into your own power, not the loud, boastful kind, but the quiet, grounded strength that no external force can shake. The world can often feel like an unrelenting wave crashing against you, testing your limits, shaking your confidence, and threatening your peace of mind. In the face of this, some crumble, others endure, and a rare few rise above with a strength that feels unshakable. What separates these people isn't luck or circumstances. It's the fortitude they've built within. There's a kind of power that doesn't depend on wealth, status, or external achievements. It's the quiet resilience of a person who has built an inner citadel, a fortress of the mind that stands unyielding against life's chaos. Strength begins with understanding what truly matters. Building your inner citadel starts by clearing away the unnecessary debris cluttering your thoughts. In a world filled with noise, distractions, and endless demands, the ability to discern what deserves your attention is revolutionary. This clarity allows you to conserve your energy for things that align with your core values, rather than wasting it on fleeting frustrations or external drama. Stoic wisdom emphasizes focusing on what is in your control. This simple yet profound practice can reshape your perspective on life. When you commit to controlling only your thoughts, actions, and reactions, you stop feeling like a victim of circumstances. You reclaim your power. This isn't about dismissing the pain or ignoring challenges, but recognizing that your response to these challenges is where your strength lies. Over time, this habit turns into a foundation for your mental fortress. Discipline is another cornerstone of this citadel. It's not the loud, flashy kind of discipline often portrayed in motivational speeches. This is quiet, consistent, and deeply personal. Discipline means showing up for yourself every single day, even when you don't feel like it. Whether it's following through on a promise, resisting the urge to lash out in anger, or setting aside time for reflection, discipline strengthens your inner walls. Each act of self-control is a brick in your fortress. Equally important is the ability to manage your emotions. Life will provoke you, but whether you react impulsively or respond thoughtfully defines the strength of your citadel. Emotions aren't enemies to be suppressed. They're signals to be understood. Anger can point to unmet needs, fear to hidden insecurities, and sadness to unacknowledged grief. Instead of being swept away, learn to observe your emotions with curiosity and patience. Over time, you'll find that you no longer fear them. Instead, you respect their place in your life without letting them take over. Building resilience is another essential layer. Resilience isn't about pretending everything is fine or forcing yourself to be strong all the time. It's about adapting to life's blows without losing your balance. This requires self-awareness, the courage to face discomfort, and the wisdom to know when to rest. Resilience grows when you face challenges head-on, not with the expectation of immediate success, but with the commitment to keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps. An often overlooked aspect of mental fortitude is forgiveness, not just toward others, but also toward yourself. Holding on to anger, resentment, or guilt weakens your citadel. Forgiveness is not about excusing harmful behavior, but about freeing yourself from the chains of the past. When you forgive, you reclaim your energy and refocus it on building a life aligned with your values. Reflection is a daily practice that fortifies your inner citadel. Take a moment each evening to review your actions, thoughts, and decisions. This is not a time for judgment, but for learning. What did you handle well? Where could you have acted differently? By doing this consistently, you refine your character and strengthen your mental resolve. Living with purpose creates an unshakable foundation. Without purpose, even the strongest citadel can feel hollow. Purpose doesn't have to be grand or world-changing. It can be as simple as being present for your loved ones, pursuing meaningful work, or striving to become the best version of yourself. Purpose gives your life direction and ensures that your efforts build something meaningful rather than just shielding you from external storms. Gratitude is a powerful shield for your citadel. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's present, from lack to abundance. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring hardships, but acknowledging the good that exists alongside them. When you train your mind to find joy in small, everyday moments, your inner strength grows immeasurably. A key part of this journey is letting go of perfection. Your citadel isn't about being invincible or flawless. It's about being adaptable, grounded, and deeply human. Mistakes and setbacks are not failures. They're opportunities to grow stronger. Accepting this truth frees you from the fear of failure and allows you to focus on progress instead of perfection. The people you surround yourself with also influence your citadel. Toxic relationships can weaken even the strongest walls, while supportive connections can reinforce them. Be mindful of who you allow into your life. Seek out those who inspire, challenge, and uplift you. And remember, the most important relationship you'll ever have is the one with yourself. Silence is an underrated but vital element of mental fortitude. In a world that constantly demands your attention, the ability to step back, reflect, and embrace quiet is transformative. Silence isn't just about the absence of noise. It's about creating space for clarity, creativity, and self-discovery. Make time for stillness in your daily life, whether through meditation, journaling, or simply sitting in nature. It is in these moments of quiet that your inner citadel truly strengthens. Compassion is another powerful tool. It might seem counterintuitive to associate compassion with mental fortitude, but the two are deeply connected. Compassion toward yourself and others softens the edges of life's challenges, allowing you to navigate them with grace instead of resistance. It's a reminder that strength isn't about being hardened. It's about being open-hearted and resilient. As your citadel grows, you'll notice a profound shift. You'll stop reacting to life and start responding. You'll find that external events no longer have the power to derail your peace. You'll carry a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you can face anything because your strength doesn't depend on circumstances. It comes from within. This is the power of the inner citadel. It's not a physical place or a distant ideal. It's a mindset, a practice, and a way of being that transforms how you move through the world. With every thoughtful choice, every disciplined act, and every moment of reflection, you fortify your citadel, creating a life of clarity, purpose, and unshakable strength. Transitioning from the inner citadel, where mental fortitude is built and strengthened, we now delve into a principle that underpins its foundation, the mastery of discernment through the dichotomy of control. If the citadel safeguards your inner peace, then understanding what truly deserves your energy ensures its gates remain guarded. Few lessons in life hold the transformative power of recognizing where your control begins and ends. Without this clarity, even the strongest inner walls can crumble under the weight of misplaced priorities. Let us unravel how this principle frees you from unnecessary burdens and realigns your focus toward a life of purpose and peace. The dichotomy of control teaches that life can be divided into two categories: things within your power and things beyond it. This concept, though simple in theory, is profound in practice. Many of life's frustrations stem not from the events themselves, but from clinging to outcomes that we cannot dictate. By focusing solely on what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and responses, you reclaim your energy and reduce the mental clutter that often clouds judgment. It's not about passivity or indifference, but about directing effort where it matters most. This approach is liberating because it allows you to let go of the illusion of control over others, over external circumstances, and over the unpredictable flow of life. At the heart of this practice lies self-awareness. Understanding your own limitations and accepting them is not an admission of weakness, but a recognition of reality. Many struggle with this because society often equates control with power and influence. But true power lies in knowing that while you cannot command every situation, you can always command yourself. Self-awareness becomes the compass that helps you distinguish between battles worth fighting and those best left alone. The ability to pause, assess, and decide consciously where to invest your effort is a skill honed through practice and reflection. When applied, this principle transforms daily interactions. Imagine navigating a disagreement without the need to dominate or be right. Instead of fixating on changing the other person's perspective, you focus on presenting your view clearly and respectfully. The rest is not within your control. This shift in mindset can save you from unnecessary arguments and preserve emotional energy. By releasing the need for control over others, you create space for understanding and collaboration, which often leads to better outcomes. The dichotomy of control also changes how you handle setbacks. When something goes wrong, be it a missed opportunity, an unexpected delay, or a personal failure, you learn to separate the event itself from your reaction to it. It's not about denying the difficulty, but about reframing it. You cannot change what has already happened, but you can decide how to move forward. This mindset turns setbacks into stepping stones, teaching resilience without resistance. It's a practice of freeing yourself from the grip of what might have been and focusing on what still can be. Expectations often tether us to things beyond our control, whether it's anticipating a specific outcome, hoping for someone to behave a certain way, or relying on external validation. These expectations can lead to disappointment and frustration. By aligning your focus with your efforts rather than their results, you shift from a mindset of entitlement to one of empowerment. For instance, when you prepare for a presentation, instead of obsessing over how it will be received, you concentrate on delivering your best. The audience's reaction is not yours to command, but your preparation and execution are entirely within your power. This principle becomes even more impactful when applied to relationships. Trying to control others, whether through persuasion, guilt, or manipulation, creates tension and diminishes trust. Recognizing that you cannot dictate another person's feelings or decisions allows you to approach relationships with respect and authenticity. Instead of striving to change others, you focus on how you show up in the relationship. This shift fosters deeper connections and mutual respect while reducing unnecessary conflict. Letting go of what you cannot control also enhances your ability to stay present. Much of our anxiety stems from ruminating on past mistakes or worrying about future uncertainties. Neither of these is within your control. The past is unchangeable and the future is unpredictable. The only thing you can influence is the present moment. By anchoring yourself in the here and now, you reclaim mental energy that would otherwise be wasted on things beyond your reach. This practice of presence not only reduces stress, but also allows you to fully experience life as it unfolds. A common struggle is dealing with criticism or praise. Both are external judgments, often shaped by factors beyond your understanding or influence. When you tie your sense of worth to these opinions, you hand over control of your happiness to others. By focusing on your intentions and efforts, rather than external validation, you free yourself from this dependency. Criticism becomes a tool for growth, and praise becomes a moment of encouragement, neither defining your value nor dictating your actions. In a world driven by instant gratification and constant connectivity, distractions abound. The ability to focus on what you can control becomes a powerful antidote to this chaos. Whether it's setting boundaries with technology, saying no to commitments that don't align with your goals, or dedicating time to meaningful pursuits, this clarity allows you to live with intention. You stop chasing every fleeting demand and start building a life rooted in purpose. This principle also reshapes how you perceive failure. Fear of failure often stems from an attachment to outcomes we cannot guarantee. By embracing the effort itself as the true measure of success, you release the weight of perfectionism. Each attempt, regardless of its result, becomes a step forward. This mindset encourages risk-taking and creativity because failure is no longer seen as a loss, but as part of the journey toward growth. Freedom from the need to control extends to material possessions as well. While it's natural to value comfort and security, attaching your happiness to external things makes you vulnerable to their loss. Recognizing that your well-being is rooted in your mindset, not your belongings, creates a sense of liberation. You still appreciate what you have, but you're no longer defined by it. This detachment fosters gratitude and reduces the fear of loss. The dichotomy of control teaches you to approach challenges with curiosity rather than resistance. Instead of viewing obstacles as threats, you see them as opportunities to practice resilience. This perspective shift allows you to face difficulties with a sense of agency, knowing that while you may not control the circumstances, you always control how you respond. This mindset transforms adversity into a training ground for strength and wisdom. Mastering this principle also requires humility. Accepting that there are limits to your control is not an admission of defeat, but an acknowledgement of reality. This humility helps you navigate life with greater ease. As you stop fighting battles you cannot win and start focusing on what truly matters. It's a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are responsible for your actions, not for the world's outcomes. Practicing the dichotomy of control doesn't mean abandoning ambition or goals. On the contrary, it allows you to pursue them with clarity and focus. You set your sights on what you want to achieve, dedicate your best efforts, and then release the need to control the result. This approach not only reduces stress, but also enhances your ability to adapt, as you're not fixated on a single outcome. It's a balance of effort and acceptance that leads to greater fulfillment. Over time, this practice cultivates a deep sense of freedom. You stop feeling weighed down by things beyond your reach and start experiencing life with greater lightness. This freedom is not about escaping responsibility, but about embracing it in its truest form. You take ownership of your choices, actions, and mindset, while releasing the burden of what lies outside your influence. The dichotomy of control is not a one-time decision, but a lifelong practice. Each day presents new challenges, distractions, and opportunities to apply this principle. The more you engage with it, the more natural it becomes. It's a skill that deepens over time, creating a life of focus, peace, and purpose. By mastering what is within your power and releasing what is not, you unlock a sense of clarity and resilience that transforms how you navigate the world. This practice becomes a compass, guiding you toward a life aligned with your values and free from unnecessary burdens. Building clarity by focusing on what we can control frees the mind from unnecessary burdens, but there is a deeper layer to living well. It lies in understanding how our actions align with the larger rhythms of life. There's a natural order to the world, a flow that underpins all things. Fighting against this current often leads to frustration, while aligning with it brings peace and purpose. This is the essence of living in accord with nature, a Stoic principle that invites us to embrace the interconnectedness of all things and move through life with balance. Living in harmony with nature begins with understanding that we are not separate from the world around us. The same forces that govern the tides, the growth of trees, and the migration of birds also govern our lives. Recognizing this interconnectedness reminds us of our place in a much larger system. Instead of seeing ourselves as isolated individuals battling against the world, we begin to see ourselves as integral parts of it. This shift in perspective fosters humility and reduces the sense of struggle that often arises from feeling disconnected. Alignment with nature also involves accepting the reality of change. The seasons shift, rivers carve new paths, and life constantly evolves. Resisting change is like trying to hold back the wind. It's both exhausting and futile. Embracing change, on the other hand, allows us to adapt with grace. This doesn't mean passively accepting everything, but rather approaching life with the understanding that change is a natural part of existence. When we flow with it instead of fighting it, we find a greater sense of peace. A key aspect of living in accord with nature is honoring the cycles within us. Just as the earth has its seasons, so do our minds and bodies. There are times for action and times for rest, moments for growth and moments for reflection. Ignoring these rhythms can lead to burnout or stagnation. By tuning into what we need at any given time, we align our efforts with the natural ebb and flow of life, maximizing both our energy and our impact. Harmony with nature also extends to how we interact with others. Just as every tree in a forest contributes to the ecosystem, each person plays a role in the broader human community. Recognizing this interconnectedness encourages us to treat others with respect and kindness. It's not about blind altruism, but about understanding that our well-being is tied to the well-being of those around us. Acts of compassion and cooperation strengthen the social fabric, creating a more harmonious environment for all. This principle challenges us to examine how we approach our goals and ambitions. Striving for success is natural, but when it comes at the expense of harmony, whether with ourselves, others, or the environment, it becomes destructive. Living in accord with nature means pursuing our goals in ways that honor the balance of life. It's about finding paths that uplift rather than deplete, that create rather than destroy. This approach not only benefits the world, but also ensures that our achievements feel meaningful and fulfilling. Gratitude plays a significant role in aligning with nature. When we appreciate the gifts that life offers, be it the warmth of the sun, the nourishment of food, or the support of loved ones, we cultivate a sense of abundance. Gratitude shifts our focus from what's lacking to what's present, fostering a mindset of contentment. This doesn't mean settling for less, but rather recognizing the richness of what already exists, which in turn inspires us to act with greater care and intention. Living in harmony also involves simplifying our lives. Complexity often arises from trying to force things to fit our desires rather than adapting to what is. When we pare down our wants and focus on our needs, we align more closely with the natural order. Simplicity isn't about deprivation, but about clarity, knowing what truly matters and letting go of the rest. This clarity allows us to move through life with less friction and greater ease. Mindfulness is a practical tool for cultivating this alignment. By paying attention to the present moment, we become more attuned to the natural flow of life. This awareness helps us make choices that align with our values and the larger context in which we live. It's about being fully present, whether in a conversation, a task, or a moment of solitude. Through mindfulness, we deepen our connection to ourselves, others, and the world around us. Living in accord with nature also invites us to embrace impermanence. Just as every flower eventually wilts and every storm passes, all things in life are temporary. Accepting this truth frees us from clinging to what must eventually change. It allows us to appreciate the beauty of each moment without the fear of losing it. This perspective fosters resilience as we learn to cherish what we have without being devastated by its loss. This principle encourages us to consider the impact of our actions. Every choice we make ripples out into the world, affecting not only ourselves, but also the environment and the people around us. Acting with awareness and responsibility ensures that our contributions to the world are constructive. It's about taking accountability for our footprint, whether ecological, emotional, or social, and striving to leave things better than we found them. Living in harmony with nature is also about trusting the process of life. Just as seeds grow into trees and rivers find their course, life unfolds in its own time and way. Trusting this process doesn't mean giving up control, but rather working in partnership with the natural flow. It's about doing our part with diligence and then allowing things to unfold without forcing outcomes. This trust fosters patience and reduces anxiety as we learn to let go of what we cannot dictate. Resilience is strengthened when we align with nature. By observing how the natural world adapts to challenges, we learn valuable lessons. Trees bend in the wind to avoid breaking, animals adjust to changing environments, and ecosystems find balance over time. These examples remind us that flexibility and adaptability are not weaknesses, but strengths. Embracing this mindset allows us to face difficulties with creativity and courage, knowing that we, too, can find our way through. This way of living also enhances our sense of purpose. When our actions align with the natural order, they feel more meaningful. Instead of chasing goals for external validation, we pursue them because they resonate deeply with who we are and the world we want to create. This alignment between intention and action creates a sense of fulfillment that is both lasting and profound. Living in accord with nature transforms how we view ourselves. Instead of seeing life as a series of obstacles to overcome, we begin to see it as a dance to engage in. This doesn't mean life becomes easy or without challenge, but it shifts our approach from resistance to collaboration. We stop seeing ourselves as separate from the world and start experiencing the deep connection that binds all things. This principle isn't just a philosophy, it's a practice. Each day offers opportunities to align more closely with the natural flow of life, whether it's taking a moment to appreciate the beauty around us, choosing kindness over conflict, or trusting in the unfolding of events. These small acts create a ripple effect. Over time, they transform not only how we live, but also how we experience the world. By living in harmony with nature, we create a life of balance, purpose, and peace. This isn't about perfection or achieving some ideal state. It's about embracing the ever-changing, interconnected reality of life. In doing so, we find a sense of grounding that allows us to navigate the complexities of existence with grace and clarity. This alignment becomes a guiding force, helping us move through life not as isolated individuals, but as integral parts of a larger whole. Living in harmony with nature teaches us the art of aligning with the world's rhythms. But even in such alignment, life presents challenges that tug at our emotions. Amidst the demands, noise, and unpredictability of modern living, the ability to maintain emotional tranquility is both a refuge and a strength. Apatheia, a core principle of Stoicism, offers this gift. It is not indifference, but a profound calmness, an inner stillness that allows you to face life's chaos with clarity and balance. let us explore how this concept can transform not only how you experience the world, but how you move through it. Apatheia begins with understanding the nature of emotions. Emotions themselves are not the enemy. They are natural responses to our perceptions of the world. Fear arises when we perceive danger, anger when we feel wronged, and sadness when we sense loss. These are not inherently bad. The issue arises when emotions dictate our actions, cloud our judgment, or lead us to make choices we later regret. Apatheia is the practice of acknowledging emotions without being consumed by them. It is about being the observer rather than the captive, responding rather than reacting. Achieving this state requires a shift in perspective. Instead of labeling emotions as good or bad, you learn to see them as information. When faced with a surge of anger, ask what it is trying to tell you. Perhaps it points to a boundary that has been crossed or an expectation that wasn't met. Instead of allowing the anger to control your behavior, you use it as a tool for self-awareness. This approach transforms emotions from masters into messengers, empowering you to act with intention. One of the most effective ways to cultivate apatheia is through the practice of mindfulness. By focusing your attention on the present moment, you create space between stimulus and response. This pause is where your power lies. When you are mindful, you are less likely to react impulsively and more likely to choose actions that align with your values. Mindfulness also helps you recognize emotional patterns, enabling you to break free from habitual reactions that no longer serve you. Developing emotional resilience is another cornerstone of apatheia. Life will test you with challenges that provoke strong emotions, disappointments, losses, and unexpected changes. Resilience is not about suppressing these emotions, but about enduring them without losing your center. This requires a combination of self-compassion and perspective. Remind yourself that difficult emotions are temporary, much like passing storms. They come, they stay for a while, and then they leave. Your job is not to fight them, but to weather them with grace. Apatheia also involves letting go of the need to control everything. Much of our emotional turmoil stems from trying to dictate outcomes that are beyond our power. When you release this need, you free yourself from unnecessary stress. This doesn't mean giving up on your goals or responsibilities. It means focusing on your efforts rather than obsessing over results. Trusting that you have done your part allows you to remain calm, even when the outcome is uncertain. Another aspect of apatheia is learning to detach from external validation. In a world that often measures worth by likes, approval, or recognition, it is easy to get caught up in seeking affirmation from others. This dependence makes your emotions vulnerable to external factors. By grounding your self-worth in your values and actions, you build a sense of inner stability that remains unshaken by outside opinions. Whether you receive praise or criticism, you maintain your equilibrium because your sense of self is not tied to the judgment of others. Practicing gratitude is a powerful way to reinforce emotional tranquility. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's right, from lack to abundance. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges, but balancing them with an awareness of the good in your life. When you train your mind to appreciate small moments of joy, a kind word, a beautiful sunset, or the comfort of a warm meal, you build a foundation of contentment that sustains you through difficult times. Gratitude anchors you in the present, reducing anxiety about the future and regret about the past. Self-discipline plays a critical role in achieving apatheia. Emotions are often amplified by unchecked habits, such as overreacting to minor inconveniences or indulging in negative self-talk. Developing discipline allows you to recognize and correct these tendencies. For example, if frustration arises every time you face a delay, practicing patience helps you remain calm. Over time, these small acts of discipline accumulate, creating a mindset that is less reactive and more composed. Apatheia also encourages a deeper connection with others. When you are not ruled by your emotions, you are better equipped to engage in meaningful relationships. You can listen without defensiveness, express your thoughts without aggression, and offer support without resentment. Emotional tranquility allows you to respond to others with empathy rather than judgment, strengthening bonds and fostering mutual respect. This state of calmness is further supported by the ability to accept imperfection. Both life and people are inherently flawed. Clinging to the idea of perfection creates frustration and disappointment. By embracing imperfection, you reduce the emotional turbulence that comes from unmet expectations. This doesn't mean settling for less, but approaching life with a sense of realism and grace. Acceptance of flaws, whether in yourself, others, or circumstances, opens the door to peace. The practice of detachment is another key element. Detachment doesn't mean withdrawing from life or avoiding connections. It means engaging fully without becoming overly attached to specific outcomes. This allows you to enjoy life's experiences while remaining grounded. For instance, when pursuing a goal, detachment helps you give your best effort without becoming consumed by fear of failure or the need for success. This balance fosters both productivity and peace. Perspective-taking is a valuable tool for cultivating apatheia. When faced with an emotionally charged situation, stepping back to view it from a broader perspective can diffuse its intensity. Ask yourself how much this moment will matter in a week, a month, or a year. This exercise often reveals that what feels overwhelming in the moment is relatively small in the grand scheme of things. By putting challenges into perspective, you create mental space for calm and clarity. Another practice that supports apatheia is intentional breathing. The way you breathe directly impacts your emotional state. Shallow, rapid breaths can heighten anxiety, while slow, deep breaths promote relaxation. Developing a habit of intentional breathing during stressful moments helps you regulate your emotions. It serves as a reminder that even in chaos, you have the power to center yourself. Apatheia also involves cultivating trust in life's process. There are times when things don't go as planned, and it's easy to feel disheartened. Trusting that challenges often carry lessons or lead to unexpected opportunities helps you maintain composure. This trust is not blind optimism, but a quiet confidence in your ability to navigate whatever comes your way. It allows you to approach life with curiosity rather than resistance. Achieving emotional tranquility requires a commitment to self-reflection. Taking time to review your thoughts and actions helps you identify emotional triggers and patterns. This awareness is the first step toward change. Through reflection, you can recognize moments when you allowed emotions to control you and identify strategies to respond differently in the future. Over time, this practice refines your ability to remain calm and composed, even in challenging situations. Apatheia is not about suppressing emotions or detaching from life. It is about cultivating a state of inner balance that allows you to experience life fully without being overwhelmed by its highs and lows. This tranquility is both a practice and a result, a way of living that transforms how you face challenges, connect with others, and move through the world. By embracing apatheia, you create a life that is both calm and resilient, grounded in clarity and strength. Having explored the tranquility of apatheia, where emotional clarity brings balance amidst life's chaos, there remains a greater challenge: embracing the unpredictable, the painful, and the seemingly unjust as part of the path. This is the essence of amor fati, the Stoic art of loving fate. It's more than acceptance. It's a radical transformation of how you perceive adversity. Where others see setbacks, you see stepping stones. Where some are defeated, you rise with purpose. Let us delve into this profound philosophy and uncover how it transforms challenges into the foundation of growth and resilience. Amor fati begins with an unshakable commitment to reality. Life is not obligated to conform to your expectations. Events unfold as they will, not as you wish them to. This understanding shifts your mindset from resistance to acceptance. Resistance creates suffering as you expend energy fighting what already is. Acceptance, however, allows you to conserve that energy for meaningful action. Loving fate doesn't mean passivity. It means aligning with the life's flow rather than struggling against it. When you embrace this practice, you stop viewing adversity as an enemy and start seeing it as an ally. The next step is reframing adversity. A challenge is not inherently good or bad. It is neutral until you assign it meaning. By reframing obstacles as opportunities for growth, you take control of the narrative. When you encounter a difficulty, ask what lesson it holds, what strength it can build, or what path it might open. This reframing is not about ignoring pain or pretending everything is fine. It's about finding value in the experience. Each challenge becomes a teacher, offering insights that might not have been available otherwise. Amor fati also involves cultivating resilience through hardship. Adversity tests your limits, but it also reveals your potential. When faced with a setback, your response determines whether you crumble or rise stronger. Resilience is built by facing challenges with courage and persistence, even when the outcome is uncertain. This process is uncomfortable, but it forges strength that cannot be developed in comfort. Each difficulty you endure and overcome becomes a brick in the foundation of your character. Gratitude plays a key role in loving fate. It may seem counterintuitive to feel grateful for hardship, but gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you gain. Consider the growth, wisdom, or clarity that a challenge has brought you. Gratitude doesn't negate the pain of adversity, but it balances it by highlighting the benefits that arise from it. This perspective transforms hardship into a catalyst for positive change, allowing you to approach life with an open heart even in difficult times. Amor fati teaches you to trust in the interconnectedness of events. Life is a tapestry, and each thread, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, plays a role in the larger picture. Challenges often lead to unexpected opportunities or outcomes that only become clear in hindsight. Trusting this interconnectedness allows you to face adversity with patience and curiosity, knowing that its role in your journey will eventually reveal itself. This trust doesn't eliminate uncertainty, but it provides a sense of purpose that sustains you through it. Letting go of expectations is essential to embracing fate. Expectations create a rigid framework for how life should unfold, and when reality doesn't align, disappointment follows. By releasing these expectations, you create space for life to surprise you. This doesn't mean abandoning goals or aspirations. It means approaching them with flexibility and openness. When you are not attached to a specific outcome, You can adapt more easily to changing circumstances and find new possibilities within them. Amor fati encourages self-reflection in the face of adversity. Challenges often reveal aspects of ourselves that we might otherwise ignore, our fears, insecurities, or unexamined beliefs. Reflecting on these moments allows you to better understand yourself and make intentional choices about how to move forward. This self-awareness deepens your ability to navigate future challenges with clarity and confidence. The practice of loving fate also strengthens your relationships. When you approach adversity with grace, you inspire others to do the same. Sharing your journey and the lessons you've learned creates connection and fosters mutual support. At the same time, recognizing that others face their own struggles deepens your empathy and reduces judgment. Amor fati reminds you that hardship is a universal experience, and facing it together builds bonds of understanding and compassion. Creativity is another gift of adversity. Challenges often force you to think in new ways or explore paths you hadn't considered. Obstacles push you out of your comfort zone, encouraging innovation and problem-solving. Loving fate means embracing this creativity and seeing adversity as an opportunity to expand your perspective. Each time you navigate a difficulty with creativity, you become more adaptable and resourceful, qualities that serve you well in every aspect of life. A critical aspect of amor fati is learning to let go of blame. When faced with hardship, it's natural to look for someone or something to hold responsible. However, this focus on blame keeps you stuck in the past and prevents you from moving forward. By accepting that life is not always fair and that adversity is part of the human experience, you free yourself from the grip of resentment. Letting go of blame is not about excusing harm, but about reclaiming your energy for growth and healing. Amor fati also emphasizes the importance of taking responsibility for your actions. While you cannot control external events, you have full control over how you respond to them. This responsibility empowers you to turn setbacks into opportunities for growth. When you take ownership of your choices, you shift from being a victim of circumstances to being the author of your story. This sense of agency is both liberating and empowering, allowing you to face challenges with confidence. Faith in your ability to endure is a cornerstone of loving fate. Adversity can feel overwhelming, but reminding yourself of past challenges you've overcome reinforces your resilience. You have already faced and survived difficulties, and this history of endurance is evidence of your strength. Each time you navigate hardship with grace, you build a reservoir of inner confidence that prepares you for future challenges. This faith in your ability to endure transforms fear into determination. Amor fati also invites you to embrace impermanence. Nothing in life is permanent, neither joy nor sorrow, success nor failure. Accepting this truth reduces the weight of adversity, as you recognize that it, too, will pass. This perspective allows you to face challenges with a sense of calm, knowing that they are temporary. At the same time, it encourages you to appreciate moments of ease and joy, as they are equally fleeting. This balance fosters a deep sense of gratitude and presence. Practicing amor fati involves finding meaning in suffering. While pain is an inevitable part of life, how you interpret and respond to it shapes its impact. Viewing suffering as an opportunity to grow, learn, or contribute to others transforms it from a burden into a catalyst for change. This doesn't mean seeking out suffering, but approaching it with the mindset that it holds value. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to deepen your understanding of yourself and the world. Loving fate also requires cultivating humility. Adversity often reminds us of our limitations, whether physical, emotional, or circumstantial. Embracing these limitations with humility allows you to approach challenges with a sense of openness rather than resistance. Humility doesn't diminish your strength. It enhances it by fostering a mindset of learning and growth. It reminds you that every experience, no matter how difficult, has something to teach. Amor fati transforms your relationship with fear. Fear often arises from uncertainty or the anticipation of loss. By loving fate, you learn to confront fear with curiosity rather than avoidance. This practice builds courage, as you develop the habit of facing rather than fleeing from challenges. Over time, fear loses its grip on you, and you gain the freedom to pursue what matters most without being held back by what-ifs. This philosophy encourages you to live with intention. When you embrace adversity as part of the path, you stop wasting energy on avoidance or regret and focus on meaningful action. Each choice becomes an opportunity to align with your values and contribute to the world. This sense of purpose provides direction and resilience, even in the face of difficulty. Loving fate means living fully, not despite adversity, but because of it. Amor fati is not about romanticizing hardship, but about transforming your relationship with it. By embracing challenges as integral to the journey, you unlock a deeper sense of peace, resilience, and purpose. This practice doesn't eliminate adversity, but equips you to navigate it with grace and strength. Each moment becomes an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to love the life that unfolds before you, exactly as it is. Turning adversity into opportunity reveals how challenges can be transformed into strength, but even the greatest external trials pale in comparison to the battles fought within. The inner critic, persistent, unrelenting, and often cruel, can be the most formidable obstacle to overcome. It whispers doubts, amplifies fears, and keeps you chained to self-imposed limitations. Breaking free from these emotional chains requires a deliberate shift in how you perceive yourself and your worth. Stoicism offers the tools to silence the inner critic and replace it with a voice of clarity, resilience, and self-acceptance. The first step toward freedom from the inner critic is understanding its nature. This critical voice is not an inherent part of you, but a collection of beliefs, fears, and expectations absorbed over time. It thrives on comparison, judgment, and the illusion of perfection. Recognizing the critic for what it is, a product of conditioning rather than truth, begins to loosen its grip. By separating your identity from this voice, you create space to question and challenge its validity. Self-awareness is essential in this process. The inner critic often operates unnoticed, shaping your thoughts and actions without your conscious approval. Bringing its messages into the light allows you to examine them critically. For instance, when the critic tells you that you're not good enough, pause and ask whether this statement is rooted in fact or fear. Most often these judgments are exaggerated or entirely baseless. Developing the habit of questioning negative self-talk diminishes its power over time. Reframing is a powerful tool to counter the inner critic. When it highlights a perceived failure, shift your focus to what you've learned or how you've grown. Instead of seeing mistakes as evidence of inadequacy, view them as stepping stones toward improvement. This shift in perspective transforms self-criticism into self-compassion, fostering a mindset of growth rather than judgment. Each time you reframe a negative thought, you weaken the critic's influence and strengthen your confidence. Cultivating self-compassion is a cornerstone of silencing the inner critic. While the critic thrives on harshness, compassion nurtures understanding and acceptance. Treat yourself as you would a dear friend, offering kindness, patience, and encouragement in moments of struggle. Self-compassion doesn't mean ignoring areas for improvement, but addressing them with a supportive mindset. This approach creates a foundation of emotional resilience, making you less susceptible to the critic's attacks. Embracing imperfection is another key to breaking free. The inner critic often feeds on the unattainable standard of perfection, pointing out every flaw and shortcoming. Accepting that imperfection is a natural and inevitable part of being human disarms the critic's arguments. This acceptance doesn't mean settling for mediocrity, but recognizing that growth and learning are more valuable than flawless execution. Letting go of perfection frees you to take risks, pursue goals, and celebrate progress without the fear of falling short. Detachment from external validation also plays a crucial role. The critic's voice is often amplified by a reliance on others' opinions for self-worth. Stoicism teaches that true value lies in your character and actions, not in how others perceive you. By grounding your sense of worth internally, you become less affected by praise or criticism. This detachment allows you to focus on what truly matters, living authentically and in alignment with your values. Gratitude helps shift focus away from the critic's negativity. When the voice of self-doubt grows loud, intentionally redirect your attention to what you appreciate about yourself and your life. Gratitude for your strengths, achievements, and the opportunities for growth you've encountered counters the critic's narrative of insufficiency. This practice not only silences negativity, but also cultivates a more balanced and positive self-view. Practicing mindfulness further weakens the critic's hold. Mindfulness teaches you to observe your thoughts without attachment or judgment. When the critic speaks, instead of engaging with its messages, acknowledge them and let them pass. This practice creates distance between you and the critic, reducing its ability to dictate your emotions and actions. Over time, mindfulness helps you recognize the critic's voice as just another passing thought, rather than a defining truth. Developing self-discipline protects you from the critic's influence. Often, self-doubt arises from unmet commitments or neglected goals. By cultivating discipline and following through on your intentions, you build trust in yourself. Each promise kept and goal achieved reinforces your confidence, providing evidence that counters the critic's narrative. Discipline transforms doubt into assurance, empowering you to move forward with conviction. The practice of setting realistic expectations is vital in silencing the critic. Unrealistic goals and unattainable standards provide fertile ground for self-judgment. By setting achievable, meaningful objectives, you create opportunities for success and reduce the likelihood of disappointment. These small victories accumulate, building momentum and eroding the critic's ability to undermine your efforts. Developing a growth mindset shifts your relationship with the inner critic. This mindset views challenges, failures, and setbacks as opportunities to learn and improve, rather than as evidence of inadequacy. By focusing on progress rather than perfection, you redefine success in terms of effort and resilience. This perspective not only silences the critic, but also fosters a sense of curiosity and openness to life's experiences. Strengthening your inner dialogue is another crucial step. The critic's voice often dominates because it goes unchallenged. By consciously replacing negative self-talk with affirmations, encouragement, and constructive feedback, you cultivate a more supportive internal environment. This doesn't mean ignoring areas for growth, but addressing them in a way that motivates rather than discourages. Over time, this positive dialogue becomes your default mode of thinking. Boundaries are essential in managing the critic's influence. Negative self-talk often reflects external pressures, expectations, or comparisons. Setting clear boundaries with others and with yourself protects your emotional space. This might involve limiting exposure to toxic relationships, avoiding environments that trigger self-doubt, or simply saying no to obligations that don't align with your values. These boundaries create a sense of safety, reducing the critic's power to destabilize you. Reflection is a powerful practice for understanding and disarming the critic. Taking time to review your thoughts and actions helps you identify patterns of self-doubt and their triggers. Reflection also allows you to celebrate progress and acknowledge areas for growth without judgment. This balanced perspective fosters self-awareness and equips you with strategies to respond constructively to the critic's voice. The inner critic often thrives on comparisons. Breaking free requires shifting your focus from how you measure up to others to how you measure up to your own potential. Your journey is unique, and comparing it to someone else's only detracts from your progress. By embracing your individuality and focusing on your personal growth, you silence the critic's comparisons and deepen your sense of self-worth. Amor fati, or loving fate, ties into silencing the critic by encouraging acceptance of all aspects of yourself. Instead of fixating on perceived flaws, embrace them as part of your humanity. This doesn't mean ignoring areas for improvement, but approaching them with a sense of curiosity and self-love. Loving all parts of your journey, both strengths and weaknesses, cultivates a sense of wholeness that disarms the critic's judgments. Embracing self-forgiveness is essential for breaking free from emotional chains. The critic often holds on to past mistakes, using them as ammunition for self-doubt. Forgiving yourself for missteps doesn't erase their consequences, but frees you from the weight of guilt and regret. This forgiveness allows you to learn from the past without being defined by it, creating space for growth and renewal. Breaking free from the inner critic is not about silencing it completely, it's about transforming its role. Instead of being a source of self-doubt, it becomes a guide for self-awareness and growth. By cultivating compassion, resilience, and clarity, you replace the critic's negativity with a voice that empowers and supports you. This transformation liberates you from emotional chains, allowing you to move through life with confidence, purpose, and peace. The path to silencing the inner critic often leaves us searching for tools to reinforce self-awareness and clarity. One of the most transformative practices in this journey is the evening review, a deliberate moment of reflection that allows you to evaluate your day, uncover lessons, and refine your approach to life. This simple yet profound Stoic exercise offers not only a way to grow, but also an anchor to stay grounded in your values and intentions. It is here, in this quiet pause, that self-discovery and inner growth flourish. The evening review begins with stillness. As the world winds down and distractions fade, you create a space to connect with yourself. In this stillness, there's no judgment, only curiosity. The day's events are like pieces of a puzzle, waiting to be examined and understood. By sitting with these moments, you step back from the noise and see the bigger picture. This perspective is invaluable, as it allows you to identify patterns, behaviors, and decisions that shaped your day. This practice is rooted in honesty. It requires you to look at your actions and thoughts with a clear, unfiltered lens. Were your choices aligned with your values? Did you act out of fear, impatience, or anger? Or did you approach challenges with patience, courage, and integrity? This isn't about finding fault, but about understanding where you stood strong and where you faltered. Honesty is the foundation of growth. Without it, self-improvement remains elusive. Reflection during the evening review also cultivates gratitude. Amidst the busyness of life, it's easy to overlook the moments of kindness, joy, or progress that color your day. By intentionally seeking these moments, you train your mind to focus on the positive, counterbalancing the human tendency to dwell on the negative. Gratitude shifts your mindset from lack to abundance, reminding you of the richness of even the simplest experiences. This habit strengthens resilience and fosters contentment. Equally important is acknowledging challenges. The evening review invites you to revisit moments of frustration, difficulty, or conflict, not to relive them, but to learn from them. These moments are valuable teachers, offering insights into your triggers, habits, and emotional responses. By exploring what could have been done differently, you prepare yourself for similar situations in the future. Reflection turns setbacks into stepping stones, paving the way for growth and understanding. This exercise also strengthens accountability. In reviewing your day, you take responsibility for your actions and their impact. Did you follow through on your commitments? Were you present in your interactions? Did you honor your intentions? Accountability is not about guilt, but about owning your choices. It empowers you to take control of your journey, reinforcing the connection between your values and your daily actions. The evening review nurtures compassion, not just for others, but for yourself. It's easy to be critical of your shortcomings or mistakes, but this practice encourages a gentler approach. Instead of harsh judgment, you offer yourself understanding and patience. You recognize that growth is a process and that every effort, no matter how small, is a step forward. This compassion fosters a positive relationship with yourself, creating a supportive foundation for ongoing improvement. This practice also sharpens focus. As you reflect on your day, you clarify what matters most. What moments felt meaningful? What activities aligned with your goals? This clarity helps you distinguish between what deserves your energy and what doesn't. Over time, this focus streamlines your choices, ensuring that your actions contribute to a life of purpose and intention. The evening review builds discipline. It's a daily commitment to pause, reflect, and recalibrate. This consistency creates momentum, turning self-awareness into a habit. Discipline in reflection extends to discipline in action, as the insights gained guide your decisions moving forward. Each evening becomes a checkpoint, ensuring that your efforts are aligned with your aspirations. Through this practice, you also develop resilience. Life is unpredictable, and each day brings its own set of challenges. The evening review provides a space to process these experiences, reducing their emotional weight. It's a reminder that no matter what happens, you have the tools to navigate and grow from it. This resilience becomes a source of strength, allowing you to face each new day with confidence and clarity. The evening review is an exercise in mindfulness. It draws your attention to the present moment, even as you reflect on the past. This mindfulness enhances your awareness of your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, enabling you to respond to life more intentionally. It's a practice of being fully present with yourself, fostering a deeper connection to your inner world. One of the most powerful aspects of this practice is its adaptability. There's no rigid formula. It can be tailored to suit your needs and preferences. Whether it's writing in a journal, meditating, or simply sitting in quiet contemplation, the evening review meets you where you are. This flexibility ensures that the practice feels natural and sustainable, making it a lifelong companion in your journey of growth. The evening review also enhances your relationships. As you reflect on your interactions, you gain insight into how your words and actions affect others. Were you kind? Did you listen attentively? Did you express gratitude or offer support? These reflections deepen your understanding of your connections and inspire you to nurture them with greater care and intention. Over time, this practice reveals the progress you've made. Growth is often subtle and gradual, making it easy to overlook. By reviewing your days consistently, you witness the small victories and shifts that accumulate into meaningful change. This awareness reinforces your motivation, reminding you that your efforts are making a difference. The evening review fosters adaptability. Each day presents unique circumstances, and the ability to learn from them enhances your flexibility. Reflection helps you identify what worked, what didn't, and how you can adjust moving forward. This adaptability is a key component of resilience, enabling you to navigate life's twists and turns with confidence and grace. This practice also strengthens your sense of purpose. In reflecting on your actions and choices, you reconnect with your values and goals. What drives you? What gives your life meaning? This connection provides direction, ensuring that your days are spent in alignment with what truly matters to you. Purpose becomes the compass that guides your journey, grounding you in the face of uncertainty. The evening review is a reminder of the power of choice. Each day is a series of decisions, and reflecting on them highlights your agency in shaping your life. This awareness empowers you to make choices that reflect your intentions, values, and aspirations. It's a practice of taking ownership of your path and creating a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. This exercise also cultivates gratitude for time. Each day is a gift, and the evening review encourages you to appreciate it fully. By reflecting on how you spent your time, you become more mindful of its value. This awareness inspires you to use your time wisely, prioritizing what matters most and letting go of what doesn't. The evening review is not just a practice, it's a mindset. It's an invitation to approach life with curiosity, openness, and a commitment to growth. Through reflection, you deepen your understanding of yourself and your journey, uncovering insights that guide you toward a more intentional and fulfilling life. Each evening becomes an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to prepare for the day ahead with clarity and purpose. Reflecting on the day through an evening review provides clarity and helps you recalibrate your actions. But there's another profound practice that equips you to navigate life's uncertainties with strength and grace. Negative visualization. This Stoic exercise prepares the mind for inevitable challenges, not by fostering pessimism, but by cultivating resilience. By mentally stepping into potential hardships, you gain the power to face them with composure and purpose when they arise. Let's explore how this transformative practice fortifies your mindset and brings you closer to an unshakable life. Negative visualization begins with a deep acceptance of life's inherent unpredictability. No one is immune to adversity. Loved ones may disappoint, possessions may be lost, and plans may fail. This is not a grim outlook, but a truthful one. By confronting this reality in advance, you remove the element of surprise that often magnifies suffering. Knowing that challenges are part of life's fabric helps you meet them with steadiness rather than shock or despair. This practice sharpens your appreciation for the present. When you consider the possibility of losing something, a relationship, health, or opportunity, it deepens your gratitude for having it now. This awareness shifts your focus from taking things for granted to cherishing them fully. By holding this perspective, you transform daily moments into treasures. Whether it's a conversation with a loved one, the comfort of a home, or the ability to pursue your passions. Negative visualization also fosters emotional preparedness. Often the sting of adversity comes not from the event itself, but from our unpreparedness to face it. Mentally rehearsing potential difficulties equips you with strategies and emotional balance. For instance, considering how you might handle a job loss encourages you to think about financial safety nets and professional networks. Thinking through the possibility of a strained relationship helps you reflect on communication skills or boundaries. This forethought minimizes panic and enhances your ability to respond with clarity. This practice strengthens your resilience. By mentally encountering obstacles, you train your mind to adapt and persevere. It's like a mental workout, building the muscles of courage and resourcefulness. Each time you engage in negative visualization, you fortify your ability to remain composed in real-life situations. Resilience doesn't mean avoiding hardship, but navigating it with grace, and this exercise lays the groundwork for that capacity. Negative visualization also encourages a healthy detachment from outcomes. By imagining scenarios where things don't go as planned, you reduce the intensity of your attachment to specific results. This doesn't mean abandoning goals, but approaching them with flexibility. When you're less tethered to a particular outcome, you can navigate setbacks without losing your sense of direction. This detachment fosters a sense of freedom, allowing you to pursue your aspirations without fear of failure. This exercise deepens your understanding of what truly matters. When you imagine the loss of something or someone, it clarifies its importance in your life. This clarity helps you prioritize your energy and focus on what aligns with your values. For example, considering the possibility of losing a close friendship might inspire you to invest more time in that relationship. Reflecting on the fragility of health might encourage you to adopt habits that promote well-being. Negative visualization sharpens your awareness of life's fleeting nature and motivates you to live with greater intention. The practice also cultivates humility. Life's challenges remind us of our limitations, no matter how prepared or capable we may feel. Embracing this humility reduces the ego's grip and opens the door to growth. By acknowledging that hardships can and will happen, you shift from a mindset of entitlement to one of acceptance. This humility fosters resilience as you learn to work with life's realities rather than resisting them. Negative visualization teaches the art of adaptability. By exploring potential challenges, you develop contingency plans and alternative approaches. This adaptability ensures that when the unexpected occurs, you're ready to pivot rather than be paralyzed by indecision. It's not about expecting the worst, but about being prepared to handle it. This flexibility becomes a cornerstone of your confidence as you trust your ability to navigate whatever comes your way. This practice also reduces fear. Often, fear of the unknown amplifies anxiety and hesitation. By confronting possible difficulties mentally, you demystify them. You gain a sense of familiarity with scenarios that once seemed daunting. This familiarity diminishes fear's power, replacing it with a calm assurance that you can face challenges head-on. Each time you engage in negative visualization, you chip away at the fear of uncertainty. The exercise fosters emotional balance. By preparing for hardship, you build a buffer against extreme emotional reactions. This balance doesn't mean suppressing emotions, but managing them effectively. When difficulties arise, you're less likely to be overwhelmed because you've already considered the situation and its implications. This emotional steadiness allows you to think clearly and act intentionally, even under pressure. Negative visualization also enhances problem-solving skills. By mentally navigating potential obstacles, you practice finding solutions in a low-stakes environment. This mental rehearsal trains your brain to approach challenges creatively and constructively. When faced with real difficulties, this practice pays off as you're more likely to respond with ingenuity and resourcefulness. This exercise aligns with the principle of amor fati, or loving fate. By envisioning adversity, you not only prepare for it, but also cultivate a sense of acceptance. This acceptance doesn't mean passivity, but a willingness to embrace life as it unfolds, including its difficulties. Loving fate transforms hardship into an opportunity for growth and self-discovery, allowing you to find meaning even in adversity. Negative visualization encourages mindfulness in decision-making. When you've considered potential challenges, you're more likely to make choices that align with your long-term well-being. This foresight reduces impulsive decisions driven by short-term emotions. Instead, you approach life with a measured perspective, considering both the risks and rewards of your actions. This practice also deepens your empathy. By imagining the struggles of others, you gain a greater appreciation for their experiences. This empathy enhances your relationships as you approach others with understanding and compassion. It reminds you that hardship is a universal experience, creating a sense of connection and solidarity. Negative visualization transforms your relationship with time. By reflecting on life's impermanence, you develop a heightened awareness of the present moment. This awareness encourages you to use your time wisely, focusing on what brings fulfillment and purpose. It also inspires you to let go of trivial concerns as you recognize the fleeting nature of life's challenges. Through this practice, you cultivate a sense of inner peace. Preparing for life's difficulties reduces the mental clutter of worry and anxiety. You're no longer consumed by what-ifs because you've already explored them and found your footing. This peace doesn't eliminate challenges, but equips you to face them with a steady heart and a clear mind. Negative visualization is not about dwelling on worst-case scenarios, but about building the resilience and clarity to handle them. It's a practice of preparation, gratitude, and acceptance that strengthens your ability to navigate life's uncertainties. Each time you engage in this exercise, you deepen your capacity for courage, adaptability, and wisdom. This is the power of preparing for life's inevitable challenges. It doesn't remove the storms, but ensures you're ready to weather them with grace and strength. Negative visualization teaches us to mentally prepare for challenges, but there is another dimension to building resilience, embracing discomfort by choice. Voluntary discomfort is the Stoic practice of intentionally stepping into hardship to cultivate inner strength and fortitude. This principle is not about seeking suffering for its own sake, but about using controlled adversity as a training ground for the mind and body. By learning to thrive in discomfort, you build the resilience necessary to face life's inevitable difficulties with courage and composure. The practice of voluntary discomfort begins with understanding its purpose. When life is filled with ease and convenience, we often lose touch with our capacity for endurance. Challenges, when chosen deliberately, serve as a reminder of your strength and adaptability. By stepping out of your comfort zone in controlled ways, you prepare yourself for the times when life forces you into discomfort without warning. This preparation fosters a mindset of readiness, making you less vulnerable to life's unpredictability. Choosing discomfort is also an exercise in humility. Modern life often lulls us into a sense of entitlement, where we expect things to be easy and convenient. Voluntary hardship strips away these illusions, reminding you of the value of effort and perseverance. For example, fasting teaches the body and mind to endure hunger, while also fostering gratitude for the abundance that is often taken for granted. Through such practices, you reconnect with the fundamentals of existence and gain a deeper appreciation for life's simplest pleasures. This practice strengthens willpower by challenging you to resist immediate gratification. The ability to delay gratification is a cornerstone of resilience and self-control. When you intentionally deny yourself certain comforts, such as sleeping without a blanket on a cold night or walking instead of driving, you train your mind to prioritize long-term growth over short-term ease. Each act of restraint becomes a testament to your discipline, reinforcing your ability to make choices aligned with your higher goals. Voluntary discomfort also enhances your adaptability. Life's challenges often require you to adjust quickly to new circumstances, and practicing controlled discomfort builds this flexibility. For instance, exercising in difficult conditions, like running in the rain or training without ideal equipment, prepares you to perform under less than perfect situations. Adaptability becomes a skill you can rely on, giving you confidence to face life's uncertainties with grace and creativity. This practice deepens your connection to gratitude. When you experience controlled discomfort, you gain a heightened awareness of the comforts and privileges you usually enjoy. Spending a night on the floor instead of a bed, for example, makes you appreciate the simple luxury of a mattress. This gratitude not only fosters contentment, but also reduces the tendency to complain about minor inconveniences. Your focus shifts from what you lack to what you have, creating a sense of abundance and fulfillment. Engaging in voluntary discomfort also fosters emotional resilience. When you face small, intentional challenges, you train your mind to remain calm and composed under stress. For example, taking cold showers requires you to manage the body's immediate reaction to discomfort, teaching you to breathe through the experience and maintain focus. This ability to regulate emotions becomes invaluable in real-life situations, where maintaining calmness can make all the difference in navigating difficulties effectively. This practice rewires your relationship with fear. Discomfort often triggers fear of failure, embarrassment, or pain. By voluntarily stepping into uncomfortable situations, you confront these fears head-on, diminishing their power over you. Public speaking, for instance, is an area where many feel discomfort. By practicing in front of small groups and gradually increasing the audience size, you build confidence and transform fear into familiarity. Over time, fear becomes less of a barrier and more of an opportunity for growth. Voluntary discomfort also teaches you the value of simplicity. When you strip away excess comforts, you discover how little you truly need to be content. This realization can reduce the constant craving for more and help you focus on what genuinely matters. Living with less, even temporarily, cultivates a mindset of sufficiency and helps you let go of attachments to material possessions. This simplicity brings clarity as your energy is no longer consumed by the pursuit of unnecessary luxuries. This practice encourages resilience through perspective. When you voluntarily expose yourself to hardship, you gain a clearer understanding of the challenges others may face daily. This perspective fosters empathy and compassion, as you recognize the strength it takes to endure struggles that are not chosen. Experiencing discomfort also reminds you of your capacity to endure, strengthening your belief in your ability to navigate future difficulties with confidence and determination. Engaging in voluntary discomfort builds mental toughness. Each act of stepping into discomfort becomes a reminder that you are stronger than your instincts to avoid it. Whether it's fasting, taking on a physically demanding task, or embracing silence in a world of noise, these small victories over the urge to seek comfort reinforce your belief in your resilience. Mental toughness doesn't mean denying your emotions, but choosing to act in alignment with your values despite them. This practice also enhances self-awareness. When you intentionally step into discomfort, you become more attuned to your thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations. This awareness allows you to observe how you react to challenges and identify patterns in your behavior. Over time, this self-awareness helps you make conscious choices rather than being driven by automatic responses. You gain a deeper understanding of yourself and your capacities, enabling you to approach life with greater intentionality. Voluntary discomfort fosters a sense of accomplishment. Each time you push through a self-imposed challenge, you build confidence in your ability to overcome obstacles. This confidence spills over into other areas of life, as you start to see challenges not as threats, but as opportunities to prove your strength. Whether it's completing a difficult workout or stepping into an unfamiliar social situation, the sense of achievement reinforces your belief in your ability to rise to the occasion. This practice aligns with the principle of embracing uncertainty. Life's greatest growth often comes from stepping into the unknown, where comfort is scarce and resilience is tested. Voluntary discomfort trains you to find comfort within yourself rather than relying on external circumstances. This internal stability becomes a source of strength, allowing you to navigate uncertainty with a calm and centered mindset. Voluntary discomfort also deepens your connection to discipline. It's easy to make excuses for avoiding challenges, but choosing discomfort requires commitment. This discipline builds momentum, making it easier to tackle larger challenges over time. Each act of discipline reinforces your ability to prioritize growth over convenience, creating a foundation of self-trust and reliability. This trust in yourself becomes a cornerstone of confidence. As you know, you can depend on your own strength and perseverance. This practice invites you to redefine success. Success is often associated with ease and comfort, but voluntary discomfort teaches you that true success lies in growth, resilience, and character. Each challenge you embrace becomes a milestone in your journey of becoming stronger, wiser, and more capable. This shift in perspective allows you to see difficulties not as setbacks, but as stepping stones toward a more fulfilling life. Over time, voluntary discomfort cultivates a sense of inner peace. By willingly stepping into hardship, you develop a mindset that is less reactive to life's challenges. You learn to face difficulties with grace, knowing that you have the strength to endure and grow. This inner peace doesn't come from avoiding discomfort, but from embracing it as a natural part of life's journey. Practicing voluntary discomfort is not about seeking unnecessary pain, but about building the resilience and perspective needed to navigate life's challenges with strength and grace. Each act of intentional hardship strengthens your character, sharpens your focus, and deepens your appreciation for the present moment. This practice becomes a powerful tool for self-discovery and growth, equipping you to face life's uncertainties with unwavering determination and clarity. Building resilience through voluntary discomfort equips you to face life's challenges with strength and composure. But there is one area where resilience and composure are tested daily: dealing with difficult people. Whether it's a confrontational colleague, a manipulative acquaintance, or a toxic family member, navigating these interactions with grace requires both emotional strength and strategic wisdom. The Stoics offer timeless principles to approach such relationships with calm confidence, transforming potential conflict into opportunities for growth and understanding. Handling difficult people begins with mastering your internal state. The first step is acknowledging that you cannot control the actions, words, or attitudes of others, only your response to them. This foundational Stoic principle liberates you from the exhausting effort of trying to change people. Instead, your focus shifts to maintaining your own balance, ensuring that their behavior does not dictate your emotional state. This mental discipline keeps you centered and prevents you from being drawn into unnecessary drama. A key practice in dealing with challenging individuals is maintaining emotional detachment. This does not mean becoming cold or indifferent, but learning to separate their behavior from your sense of self-worth. Often, difficult people project their frustrations, insecurities, or unmet needs onto others. Recognizing that their actions are reflections of their inner struggles and not a reflection of your value allows you to engage with them without taking their behavior personally. This perspective creates emotional distance, shielding you from undue stress. Compassion is another vital element of navigating conflicts. The Stoics emphasize that understanding the motivations and limitations of others fosters patience and empathy. When someone behaves poorly, consider the circumstances that may have shaped their actions. Are they struggling with their own challenges or reacting out of fear? This doesn't excuse harmful behavior, but it helps you approach the situation with a calmer and more constructive mindset. Compassion turns frustration into curiosity, enabling you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Setting boundaries is essential when dealing with toxic relationships. While compassion helps you understand others, boundaries protect your well-being. Clearly defining what behaviors you will and won't tolerate ensures that you maintain your emotional and mental health. These boundaries might involve limiting interactions, refusing to engage in certain topics, or walking away from conversations that escalate unnecessarily. Boundaries are not about building walls, but about creating a safe space where respect and civility can thrive. Another Stoic practice that proves invaluable is the power of silence. In heated interactions, words often escalate conflict. Choosing silence as a response allows you to maintain control of the situation and avoid saying something you might regret. Silence can also be a tool for de-escalation, signaling that you are not willing to engage in negativity. This pause creates room for reflection, ensuring that your eventual response aligns with your values and intentions. Perspective-taking is a powerful strategy for diffusing tension. By stepping into the other person's shoes, you gain insight into their viewpoint, even if you disagree with it. This doesn't mean condoning their actions, but understanding their reasoning. Perspective-taking fosters empathy and opens the door to constructive dialogue. It also allows you to identify common ground, which can serve as a foundation for resolving disagreements. Stoic philosophy teaches the importance of remaining calm under provocation. Difficult people often seek to provoke a reaction, consciously or unconsciously. By refusing to be baited, you retain your power and avoid being drawn into unnecessary conflict. This calm demeanor not only diffuses tension, but also sets a positive example. Others may mirror your composure, leading to more productive interactions. Staying calm is not about suppressing your emotions, but channeling them into thoughtful, deliberate actions. Forgiveness is another tool for handling challenging relationships. While it's natural to feel hurt or angered by someone's behavior, holding on to resentment only prolongs your suffering. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or condoning what happened. It means releasing the emotional burden it creates. By forgiving, you free yourself from the grip of negativity, creating space for peace and clarity. This act of letting go benefits you more than the other person, as it restores your emotional balance. Practicing gratitude can also shift your perspective on difficult people. While their actions may be challenging, they often provide valuable lessons about patience, resilience, and communication. Viewing these interactions as opportunities for growth transforms frustration into appreciation. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring the difficulties they create, but recognizing the strengths you develop in response to them. This mindset fosters a sense of empowerment, as you realize that even negative experiences contribute to your personal evolution. The Stoic principle of focusing on what is within your control is especially relevant here. When dealing with difficult people, you cannot dictate their behavior, but you can control how you engage with them. This control extends to your tone, body language, and choice of words. By focusing on your own actions, you ensure that your contributions to the interaction are constructive and aligned with your values. This empowers you to navigate even the most challenging relationships with integrity and grace. Another key strategy is practicing self-awareness. Difficult interactions often trigger strong emotions, such as anger, frustration, or sadness. By recognizing these emotions as they arise, you create a space to respond rather than react. Self-awareness helps you identify your triggers, allowing you to prepare for future interactions with greater emotional clarity. This practice not only enhances your ability to handle difficult people, but also deepens your understanding of yourself. Humility is a powerful ally in navigating conflicts. It's easy to fall into the trap of needing to be right or having the last word. Humility reminds you that winning an argument is less important than maintaining respect and understanding. By prioritizing connection over competition, you open the door to meaningful resolution. Humility also helps you recognize your own role in conflicts, encouraging accountability and growth. Sometimes the best way to handle a difficult person is to remove yourself from the situation entirely. This doesn't mean avoiding responsibility, but recognizing when a relationship or interaction is harmful to your well-being. Walking away is not a sign of weakness, but an act of self-respect. It allows you to prioritize your peace and focus your energy on relationships that uplift and support you. Practicing intentional breathing during tense moments can help you stay grounded. When faced with a confrontational person, your body's natural stress response may kick in, making it harder to think clearly. Deep, intentional breaths calm the nervous system, reducing the physiological effects of stress. This simple practice allows you to approach the interaction with a clear mind and steady emotions, enhancing your ability to respond thoughtfully. Focusing on solutions rather than problems can also transform challenging interactions. Instead of dwelling on the difficulties the other person creates, shift your attention to finding constructive ways to move forward. This solution-oriented mindset encourages collaboration and reduces tension. It also demonstrates your commitment to resolving conflicts, which can inspire the other person to adopt a more cooperative attitude. Cultivating patience is essential when dealing with difficult people. Change takes time, and expecting immediate results often leads to frustration. Patience allows you to approach these relationships with a long-term perspective, recognizing that progress is gradual. This mindset fosters persistence and resilience, ensuring that you remain steady in your efforts to navigate these interactions with grace. Handling difficult people with grace is not about changing them, but about transforming how you engage with them. By mastering your inner state, setting boundaries, and approaching interactions with compassion and strategy, you turn potential conflicts into opportunities for growth and connection. These practices not only enhance your relationships, but also strengthen your ability to face life's challenges with calm confidence and unwavering resolve. Dealing with difficult people often reveals the incredible power of restraint, and few tools are as profound and transformative as silence. The art of silence is not merely the absence of words, but a deliberate choice that carries strength, clarity, and influence. In a world driven by noise, arguments, and constant demands for attention, silence becomes a powerful counterforce, a space where wisdom, peace, and control are cultivated. Let's delve into how silence can be harnessed as a tool for resolving conflicts, asserting influence, and maintaining inner harmony. Silence begins as a pause, a deliberate act of withholding words to create space for reflection. This pause prevents impulsive reactions and allows you to respond with intention rather than emotion. In the heat of an argument, silence serves as a buffer, cooling tempers and diffusing tension. It allows both parties to step back from the intensity of the moment, making room for clarity to emerge. The absence of words often speaks louder than the most forceful argument, signaling that you prioritize understanding over escalation. Silence also communicates confidence. When you refrain from defending yourself or over-explaining, you demonstrate a sense of security in your perspective. This quiet assurance often has a disarming effect, as it shifts the focus from confrontation to reflection. The other person is left to consider their own words and actions without being provoked by yours. This dynamic subtly shifts the power in the conversation, as silence can make others feel heard while highlighting the weight of your presence. In the realm of influence, silence can be a masterful tool. By not filling every moment with words, you create an air of mystery and authority. People are naturally drawn to those who choose their words carefully, as it suggests thoughtfulness and self-control. Silence compels others to lean in, to pay closer attention, and to place greater value on what you eventually say. This selective use of speech ensures that your words carry weight, making them more impactful when they are spoken. In conflicts, silence offers a unique form of resistance. Refusing to engage in unnecessary arguments or verbal sparring removes fuel from the fire. It denies the other person the satisfaction of drawing you into their turmoil, leaving them to contend with their own emotions. This restraint is not passive, but active. It requires strength to hold your tongue when provoked, and wisdom to recognize when words will do more harm than good. Silence becomes a shield, protecting your peace while encouraging resolution through understanding rather than confrontation. The practice of silence also enhances your listening skills. When you are not focused on formulating a response or defending your position, you become fully present to what the other person is saying. This deep listening fosters empathy and allows you to pick up on nuances that might otherwise be missed. It also communicates respect, as it shows that you value the other person's perspective enough to give it your full attention. In this way, silence builds bridges rather than walls, creating opportunities for connection and mutual understanding. Silence is equally powerful in self-reflection. When you step away from the noise of daily life and embrace moments of stillness, you gain clarity about your thoughts, emotions, and intentions. This introspection strengthens your sense of self, making you less reactive to external pressures. In silence, you find the space to align your actions with your values, ensuring that your responses are grounded in wisdom rather than impulse. This inner alignment enhances your ability to navigate conflicts and relationships with grace. The art of silence also involves knowing when to speak. Silence is not about avoiding communication, but about using it intentionally. When you choose your words carefully, they carry greater significance. This deliberate approach ensures that your speech contributes to the situation rather than exacerbating it. Silence and speech become partners, each enhancing the other's effectiveness. This balance creates a powerful presence, as your ability to navigate both silence and speech demonstrates mastery over your emotions and impulses. Silence can also be a form of strength in relationships. When conflicts arise, the instinct to defend or justify can often escalate tensions. By choosing silence, you allow emotions to settle, creating a space for resolution to emerge naturally. This approach fosters mutual respect, as it signals that you value the relationship more than the need to be right. Silence becomes an offering of peace, inviting the other person to join you in finding common ground. In leadership, silence is a tool for inspiring trust and confidence. Leaders who listen more than they speak are often seen as thoughtful and approachable. Their silence signals that they are open to input and willing to consider different perspectives. This approach encourages collaboration and empowers others to share their ideas, fostering a sense of collective ownership and purpose. Silence in leadership is not about withholding, but about creating space for others to contribute, making the team stronger and more cohesive. Silence is also a practice of humility. It reminds you that not every thought needs to be expressed, and not every opinion needs to be shared. This restraint creates a sense of dignity, as it shows that you value substance over noise. Humility in silence allows you to acknowledge when you don't have all the answers, opening the door to learning and growth. It also reduces the need for validation from others, as your sense of self-worth becomes grounded in your inner confidence rather than external approval. Silence helps in managing emotions, especially in high-stakes situations. When faced with provocation or stress, silence allows you to process your feelings before reacting. This pause creates a gap between stimulus and response, enabling you to choose actions that align with your long-term goals rather than your immediate emotions. This emotional regulation fosters resilience, as it helps you remain calm and composed, even in challenging circumstances. The practice of silence also teaches you the value of presence. In a world filled with constant noise and distraction, silence becomes a refuge, a space where you can reconnect with yourself and the moment. This presence enhances your relationships, as it allows you to engage more fully with others. It also enriches your experiences, as you become more attuned to the beauty and subtleties of life that often go unnoticed in the rush of daily activities. Silence is a form of empowerment. It reminds you that you are not obligated to respond to every criticism, provocation, or demand for attention. By choosing silence, you reclaim your power to decide when and how to engage. This autonomy strengthens your sense of agency, as it demonstrates that you are in control of your reactions rather than being controlled by external circumstances. The power of silence extends beyond interpersonal interactions. It is a practice that cultivates inner peace, resilience, and clarity. Each moment of silence becomes an opportunity to reflect, recharge, and realign with your values. This inner stillness enhances your ability to navigate life's challenges with strength and grace, as it provides a solid foundation from which to act. Silence is not the absence of action, but the presence of intention. It is a deliberate choice to prioritize understanding over conflict, clarity over noise, and presence over distraction. By mastering the art of silence, you unlock a powerful tool for maintaining peace, asserting influence, and living with integrity. This practice transforms how you engage with the world, ensuring that your actions are guided by wisdom and purpose rather than impulse or noise. Mastering the art of silence reveals how restraint can be a source of power and peace. Yet, silence alone is not enough when dealing with the demands and complexities of relationships. To truly maintain balance and protect your inner world, you must learn to set boundaries, lines that define your emotional and mental space, while allowing you to engage with others from a place of strength and compassion. Setting boundaries is not about shutting people out, but about creating the conditions for mutual respect and understanding, a skill deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. Boundaries begin with clarity. Before you can communicate your limits to others, you must first understand them yourself. This requires honest self-reflection to identify what behaviors, interactions, or commitments align with your values and well-being. Boundaries are not rigid walls, but flexible guides that ensure your energy is spent on what truly matters. When you have clarity about your needs and priorities, it becomes easier to articulate them without guilt or hesitation. Setting boundaries also requires self-respect. Boundaries are an affirmation of your worth and a commitment to honoring your own needs. Without this foundation of self-respect, it's easy to fall into patterns of overcommitting, people-pleasing, or tolerating disrespect. Self-respect reminds you that protecting your mental and emotional space is not selfish but necessary for your growth and well-being. It allows you to approach relationships from a place of strength rather than dependency. Compassion plays a vital role in establishing boundaries. While boundaries protect your space, compassion ensures that they are communicated in a way that fosters understanding rather than conflict. Compassion allows you to recognize the needs and perspectives of others while still standing firm in your own. It transforms boundary setting from an act of defense into an act of mutual respect. By expressing your limits with kindness and clarity, you invite others to engage with you in a way that is considerate and constructive. Effective boundaries are built on consistency. Once you've communicated your limits, it's important to uphold them. Inconsistency sends mixed signals and undermines your efforts to create a balanced relationship. Consistency, on the other hand, reinforces your commitment to your values and helps others understand what to expect. This doesn't mean being inflexible, but rather staying true to your principles while adapting to the nuances of each situation. Boundaries also require courage. It can be uncomfortable to assert your needs, especially in relationships where the dynamic has long been unbalanced. Fear of rejection, conflict, or judgment often holds people back from setting boundaries. Stoic philosophy teaches that courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act despite it. By practicing courage, you honor your own needs while paving the way for healthier, more respectful connections. One of the most challenging aspects of setting boundaries is dealing with resistance. Not everyone will welcome your efforts to create balance, especially if they've benefited from your lack of boundaries in the past. This resistance is not a reflection of your worth, but a natural reaction to change. Recognizing this allows you to stay grounded and respond with patience rather than defensiveness. Over time, consistent boundaries often lead to greater respect and understanding, even from those who initially resisted them. Boundaries also teach others how to treat you. When you clearly communicate your limits, you set a standard for what is acceptable in your interactions. This standard not only protects you, but also encourages others to reflect on their own behavior. By modeling respect for your boundaries, you inspire those around you to approach relationships with greater mindfulness and integrity. In setting boundaries, it's essential to focus on what you can control. You cannot force others to respect your limits, but you can choose how you respond when they don't. This might involve reducing contact, walking away from harmful situations, or seeking support from trusted allies. Focusing on your own actions ensures that your boundaries remain intact, regardless of external resistance. Boundaries also require a balance of firmness and flexibility. While it's important to stand by your principles, life is filled with complexities that sometimes call for adaptability. Flexibility doesn't mean compromising your well-being, but finding ways to honor your limits while addressing the needs of the moment. This balance ensures that your boundaries remain effective without becoming rigid or isolating. Communicating boundaries effectively involves clarity and empathy. Ambiguity often leads to misunderstandings or unintentional boundary crossing. By clearly stating your limits and the reasons behind them, you provide others with the context needed to understand your perspective. Empathy, in turn, helps you deliver this message in a way that acknowledges their feelings while remaining true to your own. Boundaries are not just about saying no, but also about defining what you are willing to give. They help you allocate your time, energy, and attention to what aligns with your values. This intentionality ensures that your efforts contribute to meaningful connections and pursuits rather than being scattered or drained. Boundaries empower you to engage with the world from a place of abundance rather than depletion. Practicing boundaries also enhances self-awareness. Each time you set or adjust a boundary, you gain deeper insight into your own needs, values, and priorities. This self-awareness strengthens your ability to navigate relationships and challenges with confidence and clarity. It also fosters a sense of authenticity as your interactions become a reflection of your true self rather than a response to external pressures. Boundaries contribute to emotional resilience by reducing stress and preserving your energy. When you protect your mental and emotional space, you create a foundation of stability that allows you to handle life's challenges more effectively. This resilience is not about avoiding difficulties, but about ensuring that you have the resources to face them without being overwhelmed. Setting boundaries also deepens your relationships. While it may seem counterintuitive, clear boundaries foster trust and respect. They signal that you value the relationship enough to invest in creating balance and understanding. Over time, this mutual respect strengthens the connection, allowing both parties to thrive within the framework of healthy, supportive interactions. Boundaries also help you prioritize your well-being. In a world that often demands more than you can give, boundaries act as a safeguard against burnout and overwhelm. They remind you that your well-being is not negotiable and that taking care of yourself is essential for contributing meaningfully to others. This self-care becomes the foundation for sustainable relationships and endeavors. One of the most liberating aspects of boundaries is the freedom they provide. By defining your limits, you free yourself from the guilt and resentment that often accompany overcommitment or unmet expectations. This freedom allows you to engage with others from a place of choice rather than obligation, fostering more genuine and fulfilling connections. Boundaries also teach you the value of saying no. In a culture that often equates busyness with worth, learning to decline requests is a powerful act of self-respect. Saying no is not about rejecting others, but about honoring your own needs and ensuring that your time and energy are directed toward what truly matters. This clarity strengthens your ability to make choices that align with your goals and values. The practice of boundaries is deeply aligned with Stoic principles of self-mastery and intentional living. It is not about controlling others, but about taking responsibility for your own well-being and interactions. By setting boundaries with compassion and strength, you create a life that reflects your values, protects your peace, and fosters meaningful connections. This practice transforms relationships into spaces of mutual respect and understanding, ensuring that your energy is spent on what truly enriches your journey. Establishing boundaries with compassion and strength builds the foundation for balanced and respectful relationships, but the journey of self-mastery takes this principle inward. To navigate the complexities of life and achieve personal and professional success, mastering yourself becomes essential. True power comes not from controlling the world, but from understanding and guiding your inner world. Self-discipline lies at the heart of this transformation, empowering you to align your actions with your values and goals, no matter the challenges. Self-discipline begins with clarity of purpose. Without a clear understanding of what you want to achieve and why it matters, discipline becomes directionless effort. Defining your goals and aligning them with your core values gives meaning to the sacrifices and effort required. This alignment creates a natural drive, making it easier to stay focused and committed. Purpose becomes the compass that guides your actions, ensuring they lead toward meaningful progress. Discipline is strengthened through consistency. Small, repeated actions build habits that shape your character and outcomes. Whether it's maintaining a fitness routine, committing to daily learning, or managing your time effectively, consistency transforms effort into results. It's not about grand gestures, but about showing up every day, even when motivation wanes. This reliability creates momentum, as each step forward reinforces your belief in your ability to stay the course. Mastering yourself also involves learning to delay gratification. The pull of immediate rewards often undermines long-term goals. Discipline teaches you to prioritize future benefits over fleeting pleasures. This ability to delay gratification is a hallmark of emotional intelligence, as it requires managing impulses and staying focused on what truly matters. Over time, this practice cultivates patience and resilience, equipping you to handle setbacks with grace. Emotional regulation is a cornerstone of self-mastery. Life's challenges often evoke strong emotions that can cloud judgment and derail progress. By developing the ability to recognize, understand, and manage your emotions, you create a sense of stability that allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This emotional balance not only enhances your decision-making, but also strengthens your relationships as you approach conflicts and challenges with a calm and measured demeanor. Discipline requires a commitment to growth. Stagnation is the enemy of mastery, and the willingness to step outside your comfort zone is essential for progress. Whether it's learning a new skill, seeking feedback, or embracing challenges, a growth mindset ensures that you continually evolve. This commitment to improvement transforms obstacles into opportunities, as each challenge becomes a chance to learn and expand your capabilities. Time management is another key aspect of self-mastery. Time is your most valuable resource, and how you allocate it reflects your priorities. Discipline involves creating a structured approach to your days, ensuring that your energy is directed toward meaningful tasks rather than wasted on distractions. This intentional use of time enhances productivity and creates a sense of accomplishment as you see tangible progress toward your goals. Self-mastery also involves setting and maintaining personal standards. These standards serve as a benchmark for your behavior and choices, ensuring that they align with your values. Whether it's maintaining integrity in your work, showing kindness in your interactions, or committing to excellence in your pursuits, these standards create a framework for intentional living. Discipline helps you uphold these standards even when it's difficult, reinforcing your commitment to a life of purpose and integrity. Overcoming resistance is a vital part of mastering yourself. Resistance often takes the form of procrastination, self-doubt, or fear of failure. Discipline helps you recognize these barriers for what they are, temporary hurdles rather than insurmountable obstacles. By taking small, deliberate actions despite resistance, you build the confidence and momentum needed to push through. This practice strengthens your belief in your ability to overcome challenges, fostering resilience and perseverance. Self-discipline also enhances your ability to focus. In a world filled with distractions, the ability to direct your attention toward what matters most is a rare and valuable skill. Discipline involves setting boundaries with yourself, such as limiting screen time or creating focused work sessions to protect your mental space. This focus ensures that your efforts are concentrated and effective, maximizing your potential for success. Mastering yourself involves cultivating a sense of accountability. Discipline teaches you to take responsibility for your actions and their outcomes. This accountability fosters a sense of ownership over your journey, empowering you to make changes and improvements when needed. By holding yourself accountable, you strengthen your integrity and build trust in your ability to follow through on your commitments. Resilience is a natural byproduct of self-discipline. Life's challenges often test your resolve, but discipline equips you to navigate these difficulties with strength and determination. By maintaining your routines and commitments even in the face of adversity, you develop a sense of inner fortitude that allows you to bounce back stronger. This resilience becomes a source of confidence as you realize that setbacks are temporary and surmountable. Discipline also fosters self-awareness. The process of mastering yourself involves paying attention to your habits, behaviors, and triggers. This awareness allows you to identify areas for improvement and make intentional changes. Self-awareness deepens your understanding of your motivations and limitations, empowering you to approach your goals with greater clarity and effectiveness. Self-mastery involves learning to embrace discomfort. Growth often requires stepping into situations that challenge your comfort zone. Discipline helps you face these moments with courage and persistence, recognizing that discomfort is a natural part of the process. By embracing rather than avoiding discomfort, you build the mental and emotional strength needed to thrive in the face of challenges. Gratitude plays an important role in self-discipline. Acknowledging and appreciating your progress, even in small increments, reinforces your motivation and commitment. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you've achieved, creating a positive feedback loop that fuels further effort. This mindset fosters contentment and resilience as you recognize the value of each step in your journey. Self-mastery also requires a commitment to balance. While discipline is essential, it's equally important to ensure that your efforts are sustainable. Overworking or neglecting self-care can lead to burnout, undermining your progress. Balance involves setting realistic goals, prioritizing rest and recovery, and recognizing the importance of joy and connection in your life. This holistic approach ensures that your journey is not only productive, but also fulfilling. Mastering yourself also involves cultivating a sense of purpose beyond personal success. When your efforts are aligned with a greater mission or cause, discipline becomes more meaningful, whether it's contributing to your community, supporting loved ones, or pursuing a passion that inspires others. This sense of purpose fuels your commitment and enhances your sense of fulfillment. The practice of self-discipline transforms your relationship with failure. Instead of seeing failure as a setback, you begin to view it as a valuable teacher. Discipline helps you analyze your mistakes, extract lessons, and apply them to future efforts. This mindset fosters resilience and adaptability as you learn to approach challenges with curiosity and determination. Self-mastery involves a commitment to authenticity. Discipline helps you align your actions with your values, ensuring that your choices reflect your true self. This authenticity strengthens your sense of identity and fosters deeper connections with others, as your interactions are grounded in honesty and integrity. By staying true to yourself, you create a life that feels purposeful and fulfilling. At its core, self-mastery is about creating a life that reflects your highest potential. It's not about perfection, but about progress, a continuous journey of growth, learning, and alignment. By developing self-discipline, you gain the tools to navigate challenges, pursue your goals, and contribute meaningfully to the world around you. Mastering yourself is not an end in itself, but the foundation for mastering the complexities of life, creating a path of purpose, fulfillment, and impact. Mastering yourself establishes a foundation of inner strength, but confidence, the belief in your ability to navigate challenges and make meaningful choices, requires an additional element: self-control. It's through the disciplined management of your thoughts, emotions, and actions that you overcome fear and self-doubt, building the unshakable confidence necessary for a fulfilling life. At the same time, confidence is not born from monumental achievements, but from the accumulation of small, deliberate victories. These daily habits, when aligned with your values, shape a life of virtue and enduring fulfillment. Self-control begins with awareness. Recognizing the triggers that provoke fear, insecurity, or hesitation is the first step toward managing them. Self-control allows you to pause, reflect, and choose your response rather than reacting impulsively. This conscious approach to your actions fosters confidence as it demonstrates your ability to navigate challenges with clarity and intention. Each time you exercise control over your impulses, you reinforce your belief in your capability to handle life's complexities. Fear and self-doubt often stem from a sense of helplessness or lack of preparation. Self-control addresses this by giving you the tools to focus on what you can control and letting go of what you cannot. By directing your energy toward actionable steps rather than fixating on uncertainties, you create a sense of empowerment. This focus helps dismantle fear, as it shifts your attention from what might go wrong to what you can do to improve the situation. Self-control transforms worry into purposeful action, laying the groundwork for confidence. Confidence also grows through the discipline of self-reflection. By examining your thoughts and behaviors with honesty and compassion, you identify patterns that either support or undermine your goals. Self-reflection, guided by self-control, enables you to make intentional adjustments, aligning your actions with your values. This alignment fosters a sense of integrity as your decisions reflect your authentic self. Confidence rooted in self-awareness is resilient, as it is not dependent on external validation, but on your understanding of who you are. The ability to manage emotions is another critical aspect of self-control. Confidence is often eroded by anxiety, frustration, or self-criticism. Learning to regulate these emotions through practices like mindful breathing, journaling, or meditation creates emotional stability. This stability allows you to face challenges with a calm and centered mindset, which strengthens your belief in your ability to handle difficulties. Emotional self-control is not about suppressing feelings, but about acknowledging and channeling them constructively. Consistency in action builds trust in yourself. When you commit to small, meaningful habits and follow through, you send a powerful message to yourself. You are reliable. This trust is the foundation of lasting confidence. Whether it's exercising regularly, keeping a promise to yourself, or completing a daily task, these small wins accumulate over time, creating a strong sense of self-efficacy. Each victory reinforces your belief in your ability to achieve your goals, no matter how modest the initial steps may seem. Self-control also involves setting boundaries with yourself. It's easy to be swept away by distractions, temptations, or self-doubt, but discipline helps you stay focused on what truly matters. By creating structure in your daily life, whether through time management, setting limits on unproductive activities, or prioritizing rest, you create an environment where confidence can thrive. Boundaries protect your mental and emotional energy, allowing you to channel it toward meaningful pursuits. The practice of self-control fosters resilience. Life is unpredictable and setbacks are inevitable, but discipline equips you to face these moments with determination. Resilience is not about avoiding failure, but about learning to recover and grow from it. Each time you choose to persevere in the face of difficulty, you reinforce your belief in your ability to overcome challenges. This resilience becomes a wellspring of confidence as you recognize your capacity to navigate adversity. Confidence also flourishes when you celebrate progress, no matter how small. Acknowledging your achievements, however modest, creates a positive feedback loop that motivates further effort. Self-control ensures that you maintain this perspective, focusing on what you've accomplished rather than fixating on what remains undone. This focus on progress rather than perfection fosters a sense of fulfillment and drives continuous growth. Fear and self-doubt often arise from comparison. Self-control helps you redirect your energy away from comparing yourself to others and toward improving yourself. By focusing on your unique journey and valuing your own progress, you cultivate a sense of self-worth that is independent of external benchmarks. This internal validation builds confidence as it frees you from the need for approval or validation from others. Daily habits are the building blocks of confidence. Small, consistent actions aligned with your goals create a foundation of competence and integrity. Whether it's setting aside time for learning, practicing gratitude, or engaging in physical activity, these habits shape your identity and reinforce your belief in your ability to grow and succeed. Self-control ensures that these habits remain consistent even when motivation wanes, creating lasting positive change. Confidence is also nurtured through intentional self-talk. The way you speak to yourself shapes your perception of your abilities. Self-control allows you to challenge negative thoughts and replace them with affirmations of your strengths and potential. This shift in internal dialogue creates a supportive inner environment where confidence can flourish. Over time, positive self-talk becomes a habit, reinforcing your belief in your worth and capability. The ability to adapt is another hallmark of self-control. Life rarely unfolds as planned, but discipline helps you approach unexpected challenges with flexibility and creativity. Adaptability fosters confidence as it demonstrates your ability to navigate uncertainty with resilience and resourcefulness. This confidence is not based on controlling outcomes, but on trusting your ability to respond effectively to whatever arises. Confidence also grows through acts of courage. Self-control enables you to take risks, even when fear is present. Whether it's speaking up in a meeting, pursuing a new opportunity, or stepping outside your comfort zone, these acts of courage build evidence of your strength and capability. Each courageous step reinforces your belief in your ability to face challenges, creating a cycle of confidence and growth. Self-control teaches you to value effort over outcomes. While results are important, the discipline to consistently show up and give your best effort is what builds lasting confidence. By focusing on what you can control, your actions, intentions, and persistence, you create a sense of accomplishment that is independent of external circumstances. This internal validation strengthens your resilience and self-belief. Confidence is also cultivated through a sense of purpose. When your actions are aligned with a greater mission or goal, self-control becomes a tool for staying focused and committed. This sense of purpose creates a deep-seated confidence as it connects your efforts to something meaningful. Purpose-driven confidence is enduring as it is rooted in your values rather than fleeting achievements. Self-control enhances your ability to manage setbacks constructively. Challenges and failures are inevitable, but discipline helps you approach them with a growth mindset. Instead of being discouraged, you view setbacks as opportunities to learn and improve. This perspective transforms obstacles into stepping stones, reinforcing your belief in your ability to adapt and succeed. The practice of self-control also deepens your relationships. Confidence often stems from the quality of your connections with others. By exercising discipline in communication, listening, and empathy, you create relationships built on trust and respect. These relationships become a source of support and encouragement, further bolstering your confidence. Confidence is not a destination, but a continuous journey of growth and self-discovery. Self-control is the vehicle that propels this journey, enabling you to navigate fear, doubt, and challenges with strength and purpose. By cultivating discipline in your thoughts, actions, and habits, you build a foundation of resilience, integrity, and fulfillment. Each small step forward becomes a testament to your capability, creating a life defined by confidence and lasting positive change. Building confidence through self-control and consistent action lays the groundwork for a life of resilience. Yet, resilience alone is not enough to navigate the chaotic nature of life. True growth comes from transforming adversity into strength, a principle Stoicism calls antifragility. Rather than merely enduring challenges, antifragility is about using them as fuel for growth, emerging stronger and more capable than before. This concept is not about avoiding chaos, but thriving within it, finding opportunities for growth where others see only obstacles. Antifragility begins with a shift in perspective. Adversity is not inherently destructive. Its impact depends on how it is perceived and approached. When challenges are viewed as opportunities to test and refine your abilities, they lose their power to overwhelm. This mindset doesn't deny the pain or difficulty of hardship, but reframes it as a catalyst for development. Adversity becomes a teacher, offering lessons that strengthen your character and deepen your understanding of yourself and the world. A key element of antifragility is adaptability. Chaos often requires you to pivot, adjusting your approach to suit new circumstances. Adaptability is not about abandoning your goals, but finding alternative paths to achieve them. This flexibility builds confidence in your ability to navigate uncertainty as you learn to trust your resourcefulness and creativity. With each adjustment, you expand your skill set and capacity to handle the unexpected, making you more resilient to future disruptions. Antifragility also involves embracing discomfort. Growth often occurs outside the comfort zone, where challenges push you to stretch beyond your current limits. By willingly stepping into discomfort, you build mental and emotional toughness. Each challenge faced becomes a stepping stone, reinforcing your ability to thrive under pressure. This proactive approach to discomfort ensures that when chaos arises, you are prepared to face it with composure and strength. The practice of reflection is essential to antifragility. Adversity offers valuable insights, but these lessons can only be harnessed through intentional reflection. By examining what went wrong, what you learned, and how you can improve, you transform setbacks into opportunities for growth. Reflection fosters a sense of agency as you recognize your role in shaping your response to challenges. This understanding strengthens your confidence and equips you to face future difficulties with greater clarity and wisdom. Antifragility is deeply rooted in the Stoic principle of amor fati, or loving fate. This philosophy encourages acceptance of life's events, not as passive resignation, but as an active embrace of reality. Loving fate means acknowledging that adversity is an integral part of life and choosing to work with it rather than against it. This mindset reduces resistance and frustration, allowing you to channel your energy into constructive action. Acceptance transforms chaos into a source of empowerment, as it frees you from the burden of wishing circumstances were different. Another cornerstone of antifragility is the cultivation of inner stability. Chaos often triggers emotional turbulence, but developing a strong inner foundation allows you to remain grounded. Practices such as mindfulness, intentional breathing, and journaling help you maintain emotional equilibrium, even in the face of external disruption. This stability not only enhances your ability to make clear decisions, but also fosters a sense of peace amidst uncertainty. Antifragility also involves building a support network. While self-reliance is important, thriving in chaos often requires collaboration and connection. A strong support network provides perspective, encouragement, and practical assistance, helping you navigate challenges more effectively. By cultivating meaningful relationships, you create a safety net that strengthens your ability to face adversity with confidence. These connections also remind you that you're not alone, reinforcing a sense of resilience and belonging. Stoic antifragility emphasizes the importance of preparation. Chaos is unpredictable, but intentional preparation reduces its impact. This preparation might include developing skills, building financial stability, or cultivating physical and mental health. By fortifying yourself in advance, you create a buffer against disruption, ensuring that you can respond to challenges with strength and capability. Preparation also fosters a sense of control, as it demonstrates your ability to influence your circumstances, even in the face of uncertainty. The practice of gratitude plays a significant role in anti-fragility. Gratitude shifts your focus from what has been lost to what remains, helping you find stability and hope amidst chaos. This mindset fosters resilience, as it reminds you of your strengths, resources, and opportunities for growth. Gratitude also reduces fear, as it highlights the abundance in your life, counteracting the scarcity mindset often triggered by adversity. By focusing on what you have, you create a sense of empowerment that fuels your ability to move forward. Anti-fragility requires the courage to take calculated risks. Chaos often presents opportunities disguised as challenges, and seizing these opportunities requires stepping into the unknown. Taking risks fosters growth, as it encourages you to explore new possibilities and expand your horizons. Each risk taken, regardless of the outcome, builds confidence in your ability to navigate uncertainty. This confidence becomes a foundation for thriving, as it demonstrates your capacity to face challenges head-on. Resilience is a key component of anti-fragility, but it is only the starting point. Resilience is about bouncing back, while anti-fragility is about bouncing forward, emerging stronger and more capable than before. Each challenge faced becomes a building block for greater strength, as you integrate the lessons learned into your approach to life. This upward trajectory ensures that chaos becomes a source of growth rather than stagnation. The practice of anti-fragility also deepens your understanding of yourself. Adversity often reveals hidden strengths, weaknesses, and values, offering an opportunity for self-discovery. By leaning into challenges, you uncover aspects of yourself that might otherwise remain dormant. This self-awareness enhances your ability to navigate life's complexities, as it equips you to approach challenges with authenticity and intentionality. Anti-fragility is also about cultivating a mindset of abundance. Chaos often triggers a scarcity mindset, where fear of loss dominates your perspective. By focusing on possibilities rather than limitations, you create a sense of empowerment that fuels your ability to adapt and grow. This mindset transforms challenges into opportunities, as it encourages you to explore creative solutions and take proactive steps toward improvement. Thriving in chaos requires a commitment to lifelong learning. Each challenge faced offers a chance to gain new knowledge, skills, and perspectives. By approaching adversity with curiosity, you transform it into a source of growth and enrichment. This commitment to learning ensures that you remain adaptable and resilient, as you continually expand your capacity to navigate uncertainty. Anti-fragility also involves balancing acceptance with action. While it's important to embrace reality, thriving in chaos requires taking deliberate steps to shape your response. This balance ensures that you remain grounded in the present while actively working toward a better future. By integrating acceptance and action, you create a dynamic approach to adversity that fosters resilience, growth, and empowerment. At its core, anti-fragility is about turning life's challenges into opportunities for growth. It's not about avoiding chaos, but about learning to thrive within it. By cultivating adaptability, embracing discomfort, and fostering a mindset of gratitude and curiosity, you transform adversity into a catalyst for strength and wisdom. Stoic Antifragility teaches us that the storms of life are not obstacles to be feared, but opportunities to rise stronger and more capable, ready to face whatever lies ahead. Transforming adversity into strength leads to profound growth, but true freedom requires shedding the weight of attachments that keep you bound. Letting go is not about giving up or turning away from life's beauty. It is about releasing the grip of material and emotional burdens that drain your energy and limit your potential. The wisdom of letting go lies in understanding that freedom comes from within, and by loosening your hold on what no longer serves you, you create space for clarity, peace, and authentic fulfillment. Letting go begins with the awareness of what you are holding on to and why. Attachments often stem from fear of loss, failure, or insignificance. These fears drive a need for control, causing you to cling to people, possessions, or outcomes that provide a false sense of security. Recognizing these patterns is the first step in breaking free. By shining a light on your attachments, you can discern whether they enrich your life or weigh you down, making it easier to release those that no longer align with your well-being. Material possessions often symbolize success or status, but their weight can overshadow the joy they were meant to bring. Letting go of excess possessions does not mean renouncing comfort, but understanding the difference between need and excess. Simplifying your physical space fosters mental clarity, as the fewer things you own, the fewer distractions you face. The process of decluttering becomes a metaphor for life, teaching you to prioritize what truly matters and let go of the rest. Emotional attachments, especially to the past, can be even more challenging to release. Regret, guilt, and resentment act as anchors, keeping you tied to moments that no longer exist. Letting go of these emotions involves forgiveness, not just of others, but also of yourself. Forgiveness is not about condoning wrongdoing, but about freeing yourself from the grip of pain and blame. It is an act of self-liberation, allowing you to move forward unburdened by the weight of what cannot be changed. The attachment to control is another barrier to freedom. Life is unpredictable, and the attempt to control every aspect of it leads to frustration and anxiety. Letting go of control does not mean apathy. It means trusting that you have the strength to navigate uncertainty. This trust fosters resilience and peace as you shift your focus from controlling outcomes to mastering your response to them. This shift creates a sense of empowerment as you realize that true control lies within. Letting go also involves releasing the need for external validation. The desire to be liked, admired, or approved of by others can drive behavior that is misaligned with your values. By letting go of this need, you reclaim your authenticity. You begin to live for yourself, guided by your own principles rather than the expectations of others. This self-alignment fosters confidence and fulfillment, as your actions reflect your true self rather than a performance for approval. Attachments to fixed identities or roles can also limit your growth. Whether it is the pressure to maintain a certain image or the fear of stepping into the unknown, clinging to a fixed identity creates resistance to change. Letting go of these identities allows you to evolve, embracing the fluidity of life and your own potential. This openness fosters a sense of freedom as you release the need to be defined by a single version of yourself. The wisdom of letting go extends to relationships. Holding on to toxic or unbalanced connections out of fear of loneliness or obligation can drain your emotional energy. Letting go of such relationships does not mean abandoning love or compassion. It means prioritizing your well-being. By creating space for healthier connections, you enrich your life with relationships that uplift and support you. This shift is an act of self-respect, reinforcing your commitment to a balanced and fulfilling life. Letting go also involves releasing attachments to outcomes. The pursuit of specific results often leads to disappointment when reality does not align with expectations. By letting go of rigid goals, you create space for possibilities you may not have considered. This openness allows you to appreciate the journey rather than fixating on the destination, fostering a sense of gratitude and presence. This mindset transforms setbacks into opportunities as you learn to embrace life's unpredictability with grace. Practicing mindfulness enhances your ability to let go. Mindfulness anchors you in the present, reducing the pull of past regrets and future anxieties. Through mindfulness, you cultivate awareness of your thoughts and feelings, allowing you to recognize attachments as they arise. This awareness empowers you to release them before they take hold, creating a sense of freedom and peace in the present moment. Letting go requires courage, as it often involves facing discomfort and uncertainty. The familiar, even when burdensome, can feel safer than the unknown. By embracing the discomfort of letting go, you open yourself to growth and new opportunities. This courage is a form of self-trust, affirming your belief in your ability to navigate change and create a fulfilling life. Each act of letting go becomes a testament to your resilience and strength. Gratitude plays a vital role in the process of letting go. By focusing on what you have rather than what you lack, gratitude shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance. This shift reduces the fear of loss, making it easier to release attachments that no longer serve you. Gratitude also fosters a sense of contentment, as it reminds you of the richness of your life beyond material or emotional possessions. Letting go is not a one-time act, but a continuous practice. Life constantly presents new opportunities for attachment, and the ability to release them requires ongoing awareness and intention. This practice deepens your understanding of yourself and your values, as it encourages you to prioritize what truly matters. Over time, letting go becomes a habit, creating a life of clarity, freedom, and alignment. The wisdom of letting go also involves embracing impermanence. Everything in life is temporary: relationships, possessions, even experiences. Accepting this truth reduces the fear of change and loss, as it reminds you that nothing is meant to last forever. This acceptance fosters a sense of peace, as you learn to appreciate the present moment without clinging to it. Impermanence becomes a source of beauty, as it highlights the preciousness of each experience. Letting go transforms your relationship with yourself. By releasing attachments, you free yourself from the expectations, fears, and burdens that weigh you down. This freedom allows you to connect with your true self, unencumbered by the noise of external pressures. This connection fosters self-compassion, as you learn to treat yourself with kindness and respect. Letting go becomes an act of self-love, affirming your worth and potential. The process of letting go also deepens your connection with others. By releasing the need to control or fix those around you, you create space for genuine connection. This space allows others to show up as they are, fostering relationships built on authenticity and mutual respect. Letting go of judgment and expectations transforms relationships into opportunities for growth and understanding, enriching your life with deeper and more meaningful connections. Letting go is a path to true freedom. It is not about giving up, but about making space for what truly matters. By releasing material and emotional burdens, you create a life of clarity, peace, and fulfillment. This practice transforms how you engage with the world, as it frees you to live authentically and fully. The wisdom of letting go is a gift you give yourself, a liberation that opens the door to endless possibilities and profound joy. Letting go teaches the art of release, but true mastery lies in finding the delicate balance between detachment and appreciation. Detachment is not indifference. It is the ability to engage deeply with life's gifts, while understanding they are not yours to control or possess. This practice transforms the way you experience the world, allowing you to hold life's beauty with open hands rather than a clenched grip, savoring its essence without being consumed by fear of loss. Practicing detachment begins with recognizing the impermanence of everything around you. Life is a continuous flow where people, experiences, and possessions come and go. Clinging to the illusion of permanence only breeds frustration and disappointment when change inevitably arrives. Detachment is not about rejecting what life offers, but about embracing it fully without demanding that it remain unchanged. This mindset frees you from unnecessary suffering, allowing you to experience life's richness with a sense of peace and gratitude. Deep appreciation for life's gifts is possible only when you release the need to own them. Ownership creates attachment, tying your sense of self-worth to external factors. Detachment shifts your perspective, showing you that true value lies in the experience itself, not in possession. When you savor a beautiful moment without trying to hold on to it, you allow its essence to enrich your life without the weight of attachment. This approach fosters a sense of freedom as you learn to love life for what it is, not for what you wish it to be. Detachment enhances relationships by removing the need for control or dependence. When you love someone without clinging to them, you allow the relationship to flourish authentically. Detachment creates space for mutual growth, as it frees both individuals from the pressures of unrealistic expectations. This kind of love is unconditional, rooted in respect and understanding rather than fear or need. It strengthens connections by fostering trust and openness, as both people feel valued for who they are rather than what they provide. The practice of detachment also transforms your relationship with success and failure. Achievements and setbacks are part of life's ebb and flow, but attaching your identity to these outcomes creates a fragile sense of self. Detachment allows you to approach both success and failure with equanimity, seeing them as temporary states rather than defining characteristics. This perspective builds resilience as it frees you from the highs and lows of external validation, grounding your confidence in your intrinsic worth. Detachment does not mean disengagement. In fact, it enables deeper engagement by removing the distractions of fear and desire. When you are not preoccupied with possessing or controlling, you can be fully present in each moment. This presence allows you to appreciate life's beauty and complexity without the burden of attachment. It opens your heart to joy and gratitude as you experience life with a sense of wonder and acceptance. Practicing detachment requires mindfulness. Awareness of your thoughts, emotions, and reactions helps you identify when attachment begins to take hold. By observing these patterns without judgment, you create the space to choose a different response. Mindfulness helps you stay grounded in the present, where detachment naturally arises. It reminds you that your value and happiness are not tied to external factors, but are rooted in your ability to live authentically and intentionally. Gratitude plays a central role in balancing detachment with appreciation. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you cultivate a sense of abundance. Gratitude shifts your attention from ownership to experience, allowing you to appreciate life's gifts without the need to hold on to them. This perspective fosters a sense of contentment and peace as you recognize that the joy of life lies in the act of living, not in accumulation. Detachment also involves releasing judgment. Often attachments are fueled by the labels and expectations we place on people, things, or experiences. Letting go of these judgments allows you to see things as they are, rather than as you wish them to be. This clarity deepens your appreciation for life's complexity and nuance as you embrace its imperfections with an open heart. Releasing judgment fosters acceptance, creating a sense of harmony with yourself and the world. Resilience is a natural outcome of detachment. When you are not bound by attachment, you are better equipped to navigate life's challenges with strength and grace. Detachment allows you to adapt to change without being overwhelmed by it, as you understand that your worth and well-being are not dependent on external circumstances. This resilience creates a foundation of stability, enabling you to approach life with confidence and courage. Detachment transforms your relationship with time. When you release the need to control the future or cling to the past, you free yourself to live fully in the present. This presence enriches your experiences as you engage with them wholeheartedly without the distractions of regret or anticipation. Detachment allows you to savor the fleeting beauty of each moment, creating a life filled with depth and meaning. The practice of detachment also fosters self-compassion. Letting go of perfectionism and unrealistic expectations allows you to treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Detachment helps you see mistakes and setbacks as opportunities for growth rather than failures. This perspective creates a sense of inner peace as you learn to accept yourself as you are while striving for improvement. Self-compassion becomes a source of strength, guiding you through life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. Detachment enhances your ability to give without expecting anything in return. True generosity arises when you offer your time, energy, or resources freely, without attaching your self-worth to the outcome. This kind of giving is deeply fulfilling as it reflects your values and priorities rather than a need for validation. Detachment allows you to give wholeheartedly, creating connections and experiences that enrich both your life and the lives of others. Balancing detachment with appreciation requires practice and intention. It involves a continuous process of letting go and embracing, of releasing fear and welcoming love. This balance creates a life of freedom and joy, as you learn to engage with the world without being bound by it. Detachment is not about withdrawing from life, but about experiencing it more fully, with a sense of openness and wonder. Detachment also teaches you to trust life's flow. By releasing the need to control or predict, you develop faith in your ability to navigate whatever comes your way. This trust fosters a sense of peace, as you recognize that you're capable of adapting to change and finding meaning in every experience. Detachment transforms uncertainty from a source of fear into an opportunity for growth and discovery. Practicing detachment without apathy is an act of courage. It requires you to face life with an open heart, knowing that nothing is permanent, but everything is precious. Detachment allows you to love life deeply while remaining free from the weight of possession. It teaches you that true appreciation comes from presence, not ownership, and that the greatest joys are found in the moments when you let life flow through you, unencumbered. This balance between detachment and appreciation creates a life of harmony, where you are deeply connected to the world, yet free from its constraints. By practicing detachment, you cultivate a sense of freedom, resilience, and joy that transforms every aspect of your life. It is not about having less, but about experiencing more clarity, more peace, and more love for the life that is unfolding before you. As we draw to a close, let these lessons resonate deeply within you. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy to read. It's a way of living that transforms chaos into clarity, fear into resilience, and limitations into possibilities. Through the wisdom of the inner citadel, the discipline of self-control, and the strength of antifragility, you have the tools to master your mind, navigate adversity, and live with purpose. Each principle we've explored is a stepping stone, guiding you to freedom from emotional chains, detachment from burdens, and a profound connection with life's gifts. The journey doesn't end here. Growth is ongoing, and every moment offers a choice to practice these teachings. Whether it's letting go, embracing gratitude, or thriving in the face of chaos, you are capable of building a life of virtue, balance, and fulfillment. Now, it's your turn. What part of Stoicism resonates most with you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective and continue this meaningful conversation. If these insights inspired you, consider subscribing to the channel and clicking the bell icon to stay connected as we explore more transformative ideas together. Thank you for being part of this journey. Here's to living with strength, wisdom, and unshakable peace.